I exist in the clouds. Yeah. Now they see me out the country. It's Red Pill. He's real. He came down from the clouds. Right.
Up in the Dumbo, smoking the gumbo. Few blocks before green, yeah, up in the jungle, coking the bundles. It's history in the making. I'm popping like fish to the grease and the bacon. My bitch is Jamaican. United we stand, dividing these bands. They hide in their hands. I'm riding in vans, slide through your land. Hopping the sprinters, tour of the underworld, popping the mentor. Land of the turtles, I'm popping that splinter. Watching the snowfall, dropping the winter. Dodging the pitfalls, watching this bitch fall. And I still managed like Rich Paul. The paper was calling, I had to go switch calls. I spoke to my twin, I told my young boys I'd never be broken again. Invoking the gins, spitting the spirits, I'm soaking the gin. Your man's in the woods, we smoking on him. Fuck do you mean? We up and squeeze, tuck it and leave. We leaving a stain, fuck a Febreze. Running the banks, causing a crash and fed to the Fed.
It's Red Pill. He's real. He came down from the clouds. Right.
Up in the Dumbo, smoking the gumbo. Few blocks before green, yeah, up in the jungle, coking the bundles. It's history in the making. I'm popping like fish to the grease and the bacon. My bitch is Jamaican. United we stand, dividing these bands. They hide in their hands. I'm riding in vans, slide through your land. Hopping the sprinters, tour of the underworld, popping the mentor. Land of the turtles, I'm popping that splinter. Watching the snowfall, dropping the winter. Dodging the pitfalls, watching this bitch fall. And I still managed like Rich Paul. The paper was calling, I had to go switch calls. I spoke to my twin, I told my young boys I'd never be broken again. Invoking the gins, spitting the spirits, I'm soaking the gin. Your man's in the woods, we smoking on him. Fuck do you mean? We up and squeeze, tuck it and leave. We leaving a stain, fuck a Febreze. Running the banks, causing a crash and fed to the feds. Moorish the fashion, horse was smashing, kicking the door. Wave on 4-4, it was blasting. Mother the gassing, loving the passion. Eat on your food, the brother was fasting. The weapon that formed against me was me. Perfected the storm as Bentley receipts. Washing the Benjis, we rinse and repeat. Sacred of self, I'm centered on me. Red is the pillar, I'm pushing the piece. Higher the level, I'm pushing the keys. They going for 19. The summer is mine, I'm going for 19. Thunder and lightning, flooded a brightling. The hunger was biting, biting.
Do not allow anything to take you off of your square. It's the same thing like what we see right here. Yeah, it's cloudy, yeah, it's misty, but it ain't gonna stay like that forever. Yes. Peace, family. Peace to you and yours. Peace to you and yours. Welcome to another episode of Third Eye Thursday. You are now rocking with the best. Yes, this is your host for the evening, Brother Red Pill, soon to be joined by my guest for the evening, the good brother AKHU. All right, check it out. How we doing out there? Let me know how we sounding on the audio. I'm talking about. Let me know how we sounding on the audio, on the Mecca audio. Yeah, the paper was calling. Had to go switch calls. All right. And let's go ahead and let's get on with the roll call. You dig? Let's go and do this roll call. Let's see who is in the building tonight. And I'm talking about episode 189 in the aftermath of the Ring of Fire featuring AKHU. Woo! We on the roll. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to everybody who was in the building when we had our good brother Kaba Khamenei last episode. And the episode before that, when we had the good brother Ross Ben. You know what I'm talking about? We doing the master teacher roll call. So let's see who's in the building. We got East Flatbush in this thing. Shout out to East Flatbush. Shout out to the Flatbush zombies and whatnot, the young gods. Chesapeake, Virginia, East Flatbush by way of Georgia, Greensboro, North Kakalaka. You know I'm talking about? DMV up in this thing. And I'm in Philly in the building. T Dot is here. Harlem in this thing. Naptown, Santa Rosa. We got Merritt Island, Florida, Land of Flowers, Seattle, Macon, Georgia, Las Vegas, Silver Spring, Maryland. We used to do meows out there. Charlotte, North Carolina, Texas up in this thing. We got Virgin Islands, you know, VI, you know what I mean? Crenshaw in the building. We got Red Hook. All right, yo, the family in the building. Skrillacon Valley, Wilmington, Delaware, Chi-Town, Ireland, you know what I mean? Sacramento, California, Austin, Texas, Chicago, San Francisco, DMV up in this thing. Cleveland is checking in. We got Oak Cliff pulling up on us. You know what I mean? We got the, you know what I mean? We got the hitters with us. We got the spitters with us. You know what I mean? So everybody is outside tonight. Shout out to everybody pulling up in the building. You know what I mean? You already know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be another one of those tonight. Like we always do around this time. You know what I'm talking about? That flyer fire, right? We are in the aftermath of the Ring of Fire. It is, you know, always my it's always my honor to bring to y'all the legends and whatnot. Whenever me and this man get together, you feel me? The magic always happens. This is a Scorpion link up leading up to Scorpion season. I know that y'all feeling that Scorpion energy outside. You know what I mean? Scorpion season is loading. Shout out to all of my Scorpion Kings out here. You know what I mean? This Red October that we're in right now, it demands that we have somebody who is able to hold up a lens and look at the times through the perspective and through the eyes of only the Cosmo physician himself can. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you our good brother Ra Aku, the Cosmo physician. Peace.
Peace, Lord.
Peace, Lord.
What's the science, God?
Man, I wish I had my sound effects because I needed those bombs to follow all of that shit that I was talking. I needed to hear the you know what I mean? I need to hear them jet planes dropping them things.
My pledge is I'm gonna drop a few myself, so you ain't even got to worry about the sound effects. I'm gonna drop.
Oh man, there we go.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
You know how that go. You know, I've been looking at eclipses since like 2000, 1999. That's when I started taking them seriously because I learned about the nodes. And, you know, the nodes go all the way back to the beginnings of astrological considerations, to astrological science in the first place. The nodes are, you have the circle of the moon, the imagined circle of the moon.
Right.
The imagined circle of the sun. Okay. And where it is calculated from our perspective here on this earth. And where they intersect, where the moon descends into the southern arc, is the south node, and where she ascends into the northern arc, you know, speaking in terms of the tropos of the zodiac, north and south, right. So when she moves to the north, she crosses the north node. These two places have symbolism in astrology and celestial phenomena and astral law, astral theology, as far back as recorded history goes and before then.
Right.
Eclipses are the basis of the Egyptian calendar, the basis of the Mayan calendar, the basis of many Hindu calendars. Okay. Funny. Okay. We discussed a little bit about this on Black Magic. Y'all need to go check that interview. At any rate,
what was the title of that particular show?
That was I Atlantis to South America.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead, archives, y'all, and check that out. Black
You
Magic
know, like
363.
a lot of people were offended by that, but the eclipse cycle is what ties all three continents together pre-Adamite.
Right.
You
Right.
dig? The Mayan calendar is strictly lunar, and thus it is eclipsical,
Right.
right? And you have to understand that calendar started 14 years before Menes uh unified Egypt
Right.
or Kemet, all right? And it happened 13 years before the Kali Yuga ended, okay? And these cultures had sweeping changes with regards to their civilization and their kingdoms and their rulership and all that, right? Well,
Right.
they're tied all together by the usage of their astral law, so at any rate, not to get off of the eclipse that's happening now, right? This eclipse comes to us in the sign of Libra at the 21st degree. All right. Eclipse fall in 18-year cycles called seroses. All right. And they fall in triple seros cycles called exelimosis, 54-year cycles. So at the age of 18, when you move on to adulthood, you complete one eclipse cycle. Really, it's 18.6 years, but it happens while you're calling yourself 18 years old. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Right. So this is a turning point for everybody in life, not just societally, you understand, but biochemically in the nature of a human being. Now, I talked about before in this class, on this platform specifically, how
Right.
1 degree equals 1 year, how one
Mm-hmm.
degree equals 1 day.
Right.
We didn't get a chance to get into how 1 degree equals 1 month. Okay. But it's just like every circle is 360 degrees, no matter how big or small. They are all equally 360 degrees. So if you can think geometrically here, you'll understand how this eclipse cycle is going to roll. All right. The eclipses, every time they come back every 18 years in that 18-year cycle, it moves back uh, 11 to 12 degrees, sometimes 10 degrees, sometimes 9 degrees. Okay. And this is the origin of the deacon, because 36 of those eclipses fulfill one cycle all the way around the board, right? You know what else derives its symbolism from the eclipse?
What's that?
The roulette board. The silver
Okay.
ball, the chrome ball, that's the moon.
Right.
And it goes backwards in the roulette board. You got red and black squares. You get
Mm-hmm.
those are lunar eclipses, which are always red
Right.
moons, blood moons. And you got solar
Solar
eclipses, which
eclipses.
always blacken the sun. Okay.
Right.
So that's the symbolism there. And the two green marks on the on represent the one green mark on the wheel represents the nodes. Okay. Now
Mm-hmm.
going back to the nodes, you have children, so you get to see this. And if you get to observe children, whether you have them or not, you get to bear witness to this phenomenon that I'm getting ready to conceptualize with you here. Okay. It's like baby's been here before.
Right.
It's like, even if they've never been here before, you don't like that terminology. Somebody out there don't like that terminology. I can hear you talking shit. All right. So therefore, I'm going to put it in these words. It's like the baby comes with this agenda already intact.
Right.
Okay.
Pre-packaged.
Yeah. This is the nature of the North Node. Of the South Node. Pardon me. It's the nature of the South Node. What you already have intact, what you bring with you, what you come here naturally inclined and automatically inclined to engage in. Okay.
Right.
Then you have the North Node, which is influenced on you by the social, by your upbringing, by your life in the world.
Right.
Okay. And these are the things that you're destined to accumulate while you're here. Okay. For this go round. And I read online somewhere, a blog about the nodes, and they use this analogy, and I'm going to use it here. All right. So that people can understand better. Here goes another example from another astrologer. All right. and I don't remember the astrologer's name or the site, so pardon me. So
Right.
me. So me. Right. So, but at any rate, it was a she. She said the South Node is like your hometown, your home country, or your home language.
Right.
And I'm only paraphrasing, but it still works. And the North Node is like your new town, your new country, your new language.
Okay.
Now you like both of them and you can oscillate, but you know nothing works like home shit.
Right. Foundation.
It's like when you say to yourself, I'm finally getting the fuck out of New York and I'm never coming back.
Right.
Right? But I'm gonna go visit, but I'm never coming back. Every time you come back to visit, that sense of well-being, because you fucking home, nigga.
Right. Home is home.
Yeah, home is home. And you don't have to readjust.
Right.
Is where you're moving to that you got to make the adjustment. So this is the nature of the North Node and the South Node. Now, why is this important? Because the eclipses happen very close to these portals.
Right. Right.
Okay. And these portals are said by metaphysicians and astrologers who deal with the esoterica. Like I said, they said this, that they represent past life, future life, karmic circumstances. I know my definition of karma is that, you have a set number of events that you're going to go through while you're here.
Right.
And there's nothing you can do about it. You're going to know what it's like to be wet. See, that's just karma, right? Your mother and father are who they are. You can't change that. You don't get to pick your cousins. All of this shit is karma, right? This is your lot here. This is your deal. This is your hand, the hand you've been dealt.
Exactly.
Okay. Exactly. So the nodes speak to that.
Right.
Okay. And they're always working in tight polarity. Okay. I don't want to get into the mythology of the nodes because you can go online and get that. But I can say astrotheologically, the snake in the garden and the tree is symbolic to the nodes too. Okay. Because the North Node also points to your insatiable desires. Like what you can't get enough of, man. It's like if you had all of it in the world, it wouldn't be enough. You want all of it on that world and in this world and in that galaxy. You see, you never get enough of it, right? I have the nodes in Gemini, so I don't get enough information. You see where I'm coming from?
Right.
So, yeah, I don't get enough of engaging in the information process. You see? So no matter how much I get, right? So, but now the nodes is in Libra and Aries. And this eclipse took place at the 21st degree of Aries, which is the fall of Saturn in Hermetic astrology. So it talks about relationships and taking your experience from your accumulated experience from all your relationships. You dig? And without changing yourself with your intent or your authenticity, unless you're not authentic, right? But without changing yourself, you're finding a new way to do old shit. Finding new ways to say I love you, finding new ways to demonstrate your commitment, finding new ways to redo the vows of the ties or your sense of commitment. Now, this isn't always romance. It always has to do with any cooperative or mutual venture. So a lot of people are clashing here. Relationships are being torn apart. Libras and Aries, specifically Aries and Libra risings. And people who have a multitude of planets there. So y'all got to look at your birth charts and become aware of that aspect of yourself.
So guess who took the front page? Guess who took front and center in these days and times with that reading that you just broke down?
Who?
Jada Pinkett Shakur.
Oh, yeah. And Will. That whole thing is the
you just said it though. Look, new ways to say that she's infatuated with Tupac. New ways to say old shit. Then we just all go through that. No, I'm just saying in the past few days.
She fell off in her career. Understand what's really going on here. Okay. Because it's not just Libra and Aries, it's that face. It's the face and those that you face. It's right in your face and those whose space you're in. All right. This situation. So the thing is, she took a back seat. She fell off. I think she got addicted to cocaine or whatever. All right. And whatever it was, she fell off for a while. Her career took a plunge. All right. And for the sake of the marriage, she sacrificed. Aries is sacrifice, self-sacrifice for the sake of the marriage, Libra.
Right.
You dig? She made sacrifices. And I'm not gonna say Will didn't either. But long story short, Aries and Libra talks about the teeter-totter of fairness and unfairness, of selfishness, and you got to do you, and I didn't get to do meism. And now she wants to become relevant again, and she's going to use whatever she has to project it out there to bring attention to herself to make up for those years because she didn't go out like she really wanted to. You know, it's like that prize fighter who gets the dog shit whooped out of him. So he wants that one, at least one chance to get back, man. Well, this is her one chance to get back, man. You know, and she gonna use all of the buzz in her imagination and in her experience to create that relevance again, man.
Right.
Okay? In any form that it takes, give me that attention, dog. Give it here.
That's right.
Okay? Okay. So, you know, and Will ain't contradicting her. And I don't even, you look at that, but that is one demonstration of the marriage, the relationship, the renewal. They're going to renew that shit. They already took bonds that they'll never divorce, man. Come on, no matter what. So they're going to monopolize on this. They're going to suck this fat titty like a newborn calf.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? For all
they're
this
going to count the money of them book sales together, probably.
Yeah, well, this is what I just learned. I am sure enough an absent-minded professor. What's the name of that nigga that was in the fell asleep in the cat? Rip Van Winkle. Yeah. I just learned about this big scandal with old Puff D. I knew he was like that in the first place. Now I just learned about the scandal, so I'm watching and I'm like, oh wow, look how the mighty fall.
Oh, now we have an episode called The Great Fall.
Oh my God!
Where we highlight
ride goes before the fall. This is one point I saw on the video. This got me reeling. This I'm going to dig in the charts, okay, for it. And we're going to do a spot about this, okay?
Yeah.
Serious business, right? Everybody that started Uptown Records is dead except him, and I mean every single one of them except him. That's a greedy motherfucker, man. That's so greedy.
Did you see?
Listen, when the nodes. When Pluto becomes involved in any motion, eclipse motion, man, we're gonna see about his ass. He's a Scorpio, and all his dick dastardly defamy or infamy is purely scorpionic at its lowest. Okay,
at the lowest of the lowest.
At its lowest vibratory frequency. So we get to see this shit here live and direct. Now, Donald Trump took a motherfucking plea.
Yeah, he took a plea when? Today?
Yeah. See, and I was reading, I'm looking for exactly what he took a plea to. They're not saying.
Wait, hold on.
I ain't found it. Yeah, man.
Wait.
They didn't get to the plea, which corresponds with the eclipse chart. Yo, let me tell you something. The eclipse just started, y'all.
Right.
Okay? On the 14th. All right. And we are only in
the shadow of it.
Day 4.
Already done.
We in day 4.
Stupid.
We in day 4.
No, they said They said Sidney Powell, who is his attorney, took the plea today. One of the attorneys in the case.
Okay, very well.
He didn't take it. Like they got a few people on his ticket that are,
clickbait is a motherfucker because it said on Google, nigga, Donald Trump take his plea.
Oh, you know what days we living in right now when it comes to you know what days we living in with this with fake news, brother.
Okay, at any rate, but still, shit still works. Listen, y'all.
Yes.
You gotta go look at the chart, man. You gotta get a chart for October the 14th, 2023 at 1:54 and 56 seconds p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2:54 and 56 seconds Central. Mountain Time is 3:54. Eastern is 4:54. Right? Or is it the other way around? Pardon me. It's the other way around. It's 1:54 here, 12:54, 11:54, and 10:54, like that.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. To see this, the astrological map for this eclipse, y'all. Okay. I have it. I rendered it in linear form right here, so I can easily date it and follow the moves on it. You know what I'm saying? Now I did a live on this on my Instagram, on my subscribers feed. Y'all can go there Let me go ahead and plug that in real quick before I get started.
Now, if you could drop the link and if you could drop the link of that into the chat, then
Well, I can't because it's in the subscribers feed.
oh, okay.
So
Well,
you have to go come in my
make sure
page.
y'all subscribe to his page on
Right.
Instagram, y'all.
I demonstrated the mathematical format. I'm going to elaborate on it here. I made some predictions there. I made a whole list of predictions there. All right. But I spoke about, I used the rule that 1 degree equals 1 day. Okay. And I elaborated on it quite extensively for the people that were in attendance. All right.
Yeah.
And I said the law that 1 day equals 1 month also applies. So we should see something, corresponding to 1 degree equals 1 month. So if it's 2 degrees, it's 2 months. If it's 3 degrees, it's 3.5 degrees, it's 3.5 months. Right?
Yeah.
And hold on a second. Please, man. Shy. 1 degree proportionally to each year or to each month. And the cycle of the moon is a month, and the cycle of the sun is a year, to put it simply. Okay.
Yeah.
But it works like 1 degree per day. All right. So I spoke about the stations and the midpoints, because midpoints are like borders. When you step on them, they're like tectonic plates, or they're like plates of ice on a broken ice on a lake. Either one you step on, they're going to tip.
They're gonna, right.
So when you step on both sides of the crack, both of the plates are going to tip like that, right?
Right.
So both of the planetary lines tip like that when you step on the midpoint. Activates both of them, just like mathematically, harmonically sets them right into motion. The first time I got to see this predictively successfully was with the revolution in Egypt, when they threw out Mubarak, right? That his alleged heart attack corresponded perfectly with the sun and Pluto's midpoint across the descendant for the natality of the country of Egypt, right? The birth chart of Egypt, yeah. So here I mentioned how, because by aspect, Uranus is just 151 degrees roughly away from the sun, but in aspect, that is 1 degree away from a perfect aspect. So that is 1 day of time to observe the indications from the time of the eclipse to the station of Uranus is only 1 day before a perfect aspect jumped off there, right? By transit. So, and the halfway point worked. So if 1 degree equals 1 day, then a half a degree is 12 hours. So I said about 12 hours after this eclipse, you're going to see all kinds of noise from Uranus and Taurus.
Right.
Okay? And whenever Uranus and Saturn are in aspect, whether it's good aspect or bad aspect, when Neptune and Uranus are in aspect, whether they're in good aspect or bad aspect, when Mars is at a specific geometric distance in the circle from our perspective, that gives indication of turbulence. You understand? And this is Uranus, what Uranus does. He represents the infirmity that comes as a result of the turbulence. That furthers the turbulence, like the domino effect happens. Right. Okay, it also rules electricity and 1,000 other things. But for the sake of hindsight is 2020, I'm going to show you exactly how the chart corresponds with what happened. Because I said you can look at some infirmity in the land or in commerce in some form or fashion. Okay? Right. Now, so at between 12 and 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Turkey had a drastic earthquake. Right. That is Taurus, the earth, the ground, the soil, the field, the land, which you put your feet on when you walk. You dig what I'm saying? What you put your seeds in when you grow it. Right. Then that plus Uranus says earthquake all day long. Okay. Then 4 days into the eclipse, Neptune and Aries comes to the fore. Okay. This is because Neptune sat at the 25th degree of Pisces, which is another quincunx to the sun, another 150 degree or 210 degree distance from the sun, because it's those connections, those aspects that are compounds of 30 that give us the meat for prediction. So on the 4th day after the eclipse, the sun has moved to the 25th degree of Libra, quincunxing Neptune's indicator station. Neptune is hospitals. Neptune is chemical too. All right.
Right. Right.
And
Mhm.
okay,
Sure.
now understand here that Neptune and Pisces talks about hospitals, talk about unseen murky events, talks about conspiracy, talks about virality, either biologically or socially. Okay.
Yeah.
Things going viral, things being highly contagious, things catching on, things traveling fast through the current, like sound travels underwater, is what Neptune points to that concept. Neptune is sound, vibratory frequency, being able to tap in and perceive it, you know, spiritually, physically, visually, artistically, economically, socially, or personally. You understand what I'm saying? So,
Yes, sir.
so on the 4th day after the eclipse, it's all in the news. They done bombed the fucking hospital. Okay? Yeah.
Can't make this up.
And then you got motherfuckers saying they never really bombed the hospital.
Right,
Baby,
right.
right? Then you got the murky video, which is all Neptune shit, of the airplane that dropped the bomb and then showing the
right,
evidence
and then
the
pulled
bomb
off.
was dropped.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So this big whole web and weave of deception, Neptune, and this thing concerning the plea bargain that the president's lawyer took.
Right.
Fall guy, nigga. Go ahead, take
Right.
this, man. You know we got you. We got your cut when you get out, man. You know you ain't got to do with 2 or 3 years, whatever the fuck.
Exactly. Right.
You know, man, he ain't going to jail. This nigga's still running for president. You would think if they had something, he would be realistic about it at least, right?
Right.
Instead of he doing the polite thing, acting like he ain't going nowhere.
Right. Right.
You did.
feel me?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
To the
So,
last day.
because only 2 planetary stations have manifested, you know, is all we can talk about now is going forward. When we say the aftermath of this eclipse is like 2.5 years. I measured 2.5 years of motion right here.
Right,
Okay?
right.
So, which corresponds to this eclipse chart. You got to understand it. There can be 4 or 5 eclipses in every year, and each eclipse lasts and runs for like 2 to 5 years, depending on what type of eclipse it is, okay? And how long it lasts, right? So, therefore, you got several eclipses running all at once. You're going to say all at one time. So, but you got to pay careful attention to the one that you're measuring and stick to the rules as to what the planets mean. For those of you who are new, you know, the other episodes that I think you have here, people in the archive, people can go see where I gave away enough keywords for every planet to give you a basic fundamental understanding of how to decipher the planets into English. Okay.
Right. I got to make a Raku playlist on our channel, as a matter of fact, just so I can line them all up.
Okay. Listen. So the next motion is tomorrow, the 20th. Okay.
Talk about it.
This is Pluto in Capricorn. And it talks about plutocrats, the upper class, the upper echelon. It talks about corporate America. It talks about bosses, fathers, and father figures, okay? Especially for the Aries Libra people, Aries rising, Aries sun, Libra rising, Libra sun people, because this sits at an angle to their sun or the ascendant. Either way, it's a vital point being poorly aspected. So there's going to be action on the father's side of the family or the disciplining parent, whether that was the mother or father. I can't tell you. You know which one was a discipline or which one was the lenient parent. Okay. Now, then it's going to affect people like that. We're going to see it in government. So this court case is really going to be to the forefront. Okay. Right. Y'all got to know that even when they know a nigga going to walk, they go through the motions because they make money off the entire process.
All the way up into the announcement of the verdict.
Yeah.
It's all monetized.
And even after that, they making money off of
and sensationalized afterward. Right.
They securitize your indictment. And,
right.
And that goes on the auction block while you're doing your time. And the whole time you locked up and flipping.
Okay. All day.
So, yeah. So it's flipping anyway. You're trust flipping anyway. But at any rate, to stay on subject, The next motion is Pluto and Capricorn, and that talks about how the those in high positions of power are being shown up for corruption. All right. It talks about power structure and restructurization of the power dynamic. Okay. In society, socially, personally, economically. So you got to look for it everywhere, because I don't know, this pertains to your own birth chart. Wherever you have Capricorn at in your birth chart, this is where it's going to impress you the most. You know, and everybody has it somewhere in the wheel, right? Everybody has it to a different degree. So
Right.
yeah. So at any rate, so you got to really look at how that dynamic work, particularly now. The second consideration given astrologically on a genetical basis is dealing with people and the indications that these motions give regarding the lives and the nature and the evolution of people, right? Then you have to look at all of the cardinal signs and the two quincunx signs to Libra, which are Taurus and Pisces. So you have to look at Capricorn, Pisces, Taurus, Aries, Libra, and Cancer.
Right.
Right. So because these places are the places where the bad, so-called bad aspects, or the aspects of concern, the
Right.
aspects occur. Okay. Now the quincunx aspect was received both. See, watch this quincunx. I'm gonna explain it to y'all so you can understand the geometry of this astrology. The quincunx is a distance on the short arc. It's 150 degrees from the point of observation, or from the point of focus. All right.
Right.
So then it's 210 degrees the other way. So you have two of them in the chart. From one particular point, you got two 150 degree points, right?
Right.
Well, you know, co-inky dinkly. Uranus is right there within 1 degree of a perfect aspect to us. So it's 1 day away from manifesting what it would be if it was perfect the day of the eclipse. You understand? And Neptune is 4 degrees on the other quincunx tip. Now the quincunx is what does it mean? Because it is the link between two planetary energies. Here we're talking about the life force, the main subject, the sun,
right,
in Libra, okay?
Right.
And we're talking about the Uranus, which is the instability factor, the social factor, the ever-changing. That's what's fixed about it. It's totally fixed. It's always the same, and what's always the same about it is that it's constantly changing. It's in a constant state of change. It's weekly change. Right? So it's unstable. All right. So you got instability in one hand, and you got what was the other one? Goddamn. Neptune, the hospital consideration on others. You got the earthquake on one hand and the hospital on the other.
Right.
And the reason why I didn't jump off the day of the eclipse is because of the distance. Neptune was 4 degrees from a perfect aspect, and that aspect was forming. So that means in 4 days, if that aspect was separating, we would be looking at another aspect on the opposite end of 30. It would have been 26 degrees. You see? Hope I didn't complicate shit with that, but I did give a lesson on how we work in that 30 degrees, and we go both ways from wherever it starts, the short arc and the long arc. Okay. But at any rate, after the 27th degree of Capricorn aspect, which is the 20, which corresponds to tomorrow, we should have seen some of it today. His counsel taking a plea.
Right.
Was the buildup of it, right? It also talks about penalties, the death penalty. So we might hear or see something come to our attention regarding somebody receiving severe punishment or punishment with their life. Okay.
Well, they released a video today of a man who was the symbol of exoneration, a black man who got murdered on the highway. He was the poster child of black men who were exonerated for being wrongly convicted.
And he still got murdered by the police.
He got murked, right on camera, and they released the video today. So that's that. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's part of that.
And Afghanistan had an earthquake recently as well. Their second one in the week's time, right?
Yeah. So that Uranus is still running.
That's right. So you brought up earthquake, and they had it. And the second thing with earthquake, Iran said on in the world, in the public, that is it real was gonna feel an earthquake if they didn't stop doing what they was gonna do. And he got up there, and the way that he said it, it was almost like, "Nigga, we cause earthquakes."
Well,
You heard about us over there?
the Islamic culture being a derivative or strongly influenced by the Arab culture,
Yes,
appreciates eclipses.
very much so.
And
If
at
they
the
have an
fall,
omen,
there was an eclipse at the beginning of the age of Aquarius, right before the age of Aquarius is incepted. And they used that eclipse to invade Constantinople.
right?
And the Christians or the Europeans looked at the eclipse as an ill omen, and the Arabs look at it as a positive omen. And even in the culture of Islam, there's all kinds of astrotheology in their shit, right?
Right.
I have a Muslim student who said to me, there's a hadith that says the prophet said that between Maghrib and Isha, you should hold your children close because this is the darkest hours of the night. And da, 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 right?
Right,
Did
right,
you
right.
know that astrologically the house of children is right there between Maghrib, which is the sixth house, and Isha, which is the fourth house. It is the fifth house, which is the house of children.
Right.
Corresponding with the astrological law, all true and through like a motherfucker. All the prohibited foods are the 4 fixed signs of the zodiac. We don't eat human flesh. That's Aquarius. You have to kill a cow a certain way. You dig what I'm saying before you can eat it. That's Taurus. We don't eat birds of prey, and we don't eat food that's been gored to death. Right? So that's Leo and Scorpio and Taurus and Aquarius. Those 4 fixed signs of the foods that are prohibited. You know, all of that is hermetic science, man. Dropping all day long. Let's get back to the eclipse. Okay. Right. Yeah. Now, Saturn is in Pisces. So all of the Geminis and Gemini risings. And whenever I say a sign for future reference, y'all, when I say a sign, I mean both the rising and the sun equally. Okay? It's like I'm talking about my right hand and I'm talking about 2 fingers on my right hand. Okay? So these 2 fingers are included in the whole package. Okay? Whenever I say Gemini, I'm talking about both. The ascendant and the sun, and any sign. So Gemini, Pisces in particularly, and more strongly than anyone else, Sagittarius and Virgos. Saturn is in a place in the sky right now that is adding pressure, stress, timing issues, and delays and difficulty. He's forcing you to let go of those things that have nothing to do with the reason why you incarnated on this motherfucking planet. Making it difficult to engage in those things that you've grown up from, that you still want to cling to, that in your mind you haven't grown up away from it, and there ain't no growing up away from it. See? So you have to part ways with certain things that don't have to do with your growth and development, to put it more plainly. And Saturn is in Pisces. Okay, Pisces is the sign of secrets. For Gemini, it's the career. For Sagittarius, it's the household. For Pisces, it's their self-expression and the way they identify in the world. Okay, the way they identify themselves in the world. All right, in perspective, from the worldly perspective. All right, and it's going to affect Sagittarius is at home. It's going to affect Virgos in their house of partnership. So Virgo rising, Virgo sun, y'all going through relationship issues for like the next 2 years. Y'all going to either fortify and solidify your relationship, or y'all going to separate and be done with it on the basis that trust in who that person was or who you had idealized them to be is going to come into play as the motif for the disappointment, the disruption, or the second look, or the mental readjustment and the trust wavering. Okay, the reliability factor is not stable. All right, Geminis, they're gonna see it like at work. They all want to quit their fucking job right now, like really, right? And they want to start their own business, and they want to get entrepreneurial. They really want independence bad as a motherfucker, right? Everybody, regardless of the signs that I mentioned and the signs that I didn't mention, so everyone has an exposure of bad habits or an exposure of what's in the closet coming to the fore. Okay? And you see this happening with Puff. Puff Daddy is a Virgo rising. So it's all in his 7th house, and he's a Scorpio sun. So it's all in his 5th house. So his affairs with children and what he did to further his business, those contracts that he took out on some people. You dig what I'm saying? So all of that is coming out. That is Pisces, the dark, the closet, the secrets. Saturn, the disruptor, coming in, disrupting all the secrets, all the past. And we see it even around those people amongst us. Now, for Gemini, the father side of the family or the disciplining parent side of the family, you should see some turbulence over there that ain't got shit to do with you personally, other than the fact that it's your kinfolk. For Sagittarius, it's the mother side or the nurturing parents side of the family that they should see these types of signs for. See, this is let you know these people want to move right now. The Sagittarius, they don't have peace of mind. They don't have tranquility. They want to pursue their dream home. They want to pursue their dreams, and they can't do it from the location that they're at. So a lot of them are thinking about relocation hard, but they need to get their little program in order to facilitate such a strong move. That's Sag and Sag rising. Well, how do you know if you're a Sag rising? Because most of y'all don't. You don't know what your rising sign is. You only know your birthday, and you think misnomerly, mistakenly, that's your sign. But your rising sign is the sign that was rising at the time of your birth. Okay? That's your physique. That's your ascendant. That is the body through which you operate. So regardless of your intent and your desires, that body reacts to this environment. You know, it's wintertime. You ain't thinking that away, right? When it's summertime, when it gets hot and sticky and humid and uncomfortable, you ain't wishing that away either. You waiting that away. Or you getting under the air conditioner, you see? So you have to follow specific law in order to deal with everything. So Saturn going through Pisces is uprooting. Pisces deals with addiction. It deals with being sleep ignorant or being sleep physically. So a lot of people's sleep schedule since April of this year, since the end of March, beginning of April this year is when Saturn entered Pisces. It's been disrupting sleep. So we're also going to see some restrictions or losses and damages. Restrictions, laws, codes and shit, or policy, or destruction and damage because of the drug industry, whether that's pharmaceutical, narcotic, or recreational drugs, okay? We're going to see some of that come to the fore really hard, all right? We should see something to that extent on the 23rd when the sun by transit rolls over the aspect to Saturn, which it also quincunxes. So, I forgot to explain the quincunx for y'all. The quincunx is the energy that ties together the two planets. It tells what type of energy, how these two planets are relating. All right. So let's give it an example. Okay. Mars and Jupiter are working together in a trine aspect. This is called favorable. Well, we can expect there to be an easy blend of the energy. Let's say that you're trying to run and exert strength, because running is Jupiter and exerting the strength is Mars. All right. Or that you're trying to start, which is Mars, a brand new venture, which is Jupiter. So you want to use that trine aspect because you have successful undertakings given by the celestial geometry with that, right? So if they're in bad aspect, or they're in tension aspect, or if they're in harm indicating aspect or loss indicating aspect, an aspect that we are concerned with, then those two energies aren't going to mesh well. You can run, but you're not going to be able to do it at top speed. Okay, and you're going to be able to be direct and to the point, but you can't be careless and impulsive. You see, you can't overdo your aggression here, but you must be direct type of situation. This is what Mars and Jupiter is. That's the restriction that's put on the blending of those energies. You see, so here in the eclipse, we got Saturn in quincunx. A quincunx deals with your health. Either it's building the health or tearing the health down. Anabolism, catabolism, okay? So building the health is the lowercase quincunx, is the 150-degree aspect going into counterclockwise from the point of focus. And it's 210 degrees counterclockwise is the uppercase quincunx, which is like the 8+, the 8th place, which is like gives indication of harm or hurt. It is the house of death from the point of focus here being Uranus at 1 degrees of Taurus. Okay, so pardon me, at 22 degrees of Taurus. All right, 151 degrees or 249 degrees from the eclipse station. The 8th place is the place of death. People died in Massey in an earthquake. People died in Massey in this little war that just struck and kicked off right at the outset of this eclipse as well. Okay, I'm at a point now where I'm exhausted mentally, or I've exhausted what I had in mind when I sat down. So if you give me a few more minutes, I'll come up with some more stuff. Considering what the next after Saturn, we're dealing with Mars in Scorpio. Okay, this here deals with the shot. When Mars enters Scorpio, the last 3 or 4 cycles, a police officer was fired on or killed.
Yes.
So
this was in Philadelphia.
So what this happened recently? Yeah,
this Philadelphia just happened.
Yeah, okay. So I said this on No Ledge Radio more than 12 years ago, God.
Wait.
Every time Mars enters Scorpio, a cop is killed or assaulted.
You definitely did. Factory.
Yeah, okay. So here we got this again, Mars early in Scorpio. And so it's already popped off. All right. And believe me, they say eclipses start to show their promise a few weeks before the eclipse even happens. So if you use this chart going backwards, like if it's 2 degrees and you go back 2 days before the eclipse, it all still manifests too.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Because the harmonics, man, is absolute. Yo, I was contemplating the scientific. This is off key, but I'm gonna get back to the eclipse because it's pertinent to the eclipse, and it's pertinent to dark matter, and it's pertinent to blackness. Okay, and the blackness of space specifically. Okay, and I'm not talking about the blackness of humanity, misnomer or accepted terms. Okay, what I'm talking about is
dark matter timing.
Man, yeah, dark matter timing. Man, at first, worshipped the forces of nature. He was awed with the earth. Okay, proof of this is the ancient worship of Poseidon, Olokun, and Talak, which are all god of storms and earthquakes and floods.
Right.
Okay? Because these are the things that man sought to overcome and sought to survive.
Right. The most.
Right. See what I'm saying?
Those brought the most destruction.
Right. So then, in South America, they worship Kukulkan.
Yes.
Kukulkan is said to live in the marketplace. Okay. Now, what's deep about that is this. That's all pre-Columbian
in the
lore.
Marketplace. Wow. Okay.
The marketplace astrologically is Taurus, and the ruler of Taurus is Venus, and Kukulkan is Venus.
Ugh.
So according to the ancient Inca and Olmec and all of them, Venus was the ruler of those stars, just like it is in astrology, and they used the scorpion for the constellation of Scorpio too.
Right.
And 2 brothers, 2 twins, that tricked their father using that ball, ball game to get their father out of hell. Yeah. Okay. Right. So that's Gemini. They use Gemini for that. All of this is all right. So all of this is pre-Columbian shit.
You're cooking right now. You need to get your apron. You need a drink of water, something real quick.
I'm gonna light this bowl here.
All right, do that. I want all of y'all to light your bowl real quick,
Now
man.
that was off the mark, and I'm going back to the eclipse. Okay.
I already know you.
But I still ain't done though. I still ain't done.
That.
Going off the mark. We got a journey. Walk with me here. Okay.
Let's walk.
All right. We're gonna take the back road too. Okay, scenic road, right?
Yeah.
So now eventually man looked up at the sky and saw that the configuration of the stars concurred with catastrophes too. So they deified, personified the heavens and all of that.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So they went through, man, the theological evolution. You dig?
Yeah.
I'm talking the cosmo-theosophical shit here now, right?
Okay.
The spiritual evolution of man went from totem to nothing.
Mm.
You know, to the most monotheistic religion on the planet, they literally no God, no thing. Okay?
Right.
Except Allah, okay? So they worship in space. Scientifically, now God is space. From it cometh everything, and to it returns everything.
Right.
It is the bestower of all forms and the taker of all forms.
Right. Right.
You dig what I'm saying? It is everywhere. Where is there not space? Everything that exists in space.
Right.
You know, and where is space not? It is omnipresent, omnipotent. It is the most powerful thing. It's indestructible, unseeable, but it is right there. You see what I'm saying? And you are never not in it.
Right.
See, and there's nothing that space is not in. There's space in an atom, space in a molecule. So technically, the unseen mystery God is fucking space. Mm-hmm. The attributes of space correspond perfectly to blackness of space, which takes us to Islam. Astrotheologically, they call Allah Ar-Rahman, which is two wombs.
Mm-hmm.
They're the double nature of the womb, right?
Right.
You know, there's two bags there. You got the uterus and you got the bag.
Right.
You dig, and then you got Rahim, which is active participle of the womb. So it literally is like saying the two wombs in the womber. Is what it really literally says. You know, if you're gonna put it in English, literal translation. The active agency within the womb is the life that stirs and causes the evolutionary process. Okay,
right.
All of this happens. There's no place in existence that it doesn't happen in some bounds of space. Man. So you know, looking up to the Most High, looking to the universe, and calling it the body of the Creator, all that is symbolic. Because this is the playground where this is his laboratory where he makes everything happen. Now, I'm not religious, see, because after the Most Highism, I don't accept any kind of religion. You dig? After God or the Most High, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not accepting no religion on any terms whatsoever.
No.
Yeah, I'll accept the astrotheology of it.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So, but anyway, so going back to the astrology of it, the astrological history of Ibn Mashallah is what I read. He's an ancient astrologer from the Sasanian dynasty back in classical times, right?
Right.
And he said that where an eclipse takes place, the sign will show the nature of the harm that is indicated by the eclipse. Now, the eclipse indicates good for some and harm for the others.
Right, right.
If the eclipse indicates that this nigga won a lottery, then or won at the casino, then the eclipse also indicated that the casino took a major loss.
Right.
For the casino.
For the casino, right.
Yeah, it's good and bad spontaneously depending on your natal placement. All right. So now when we look at the next motion after Pluto is Saturn. So if Pluto talks about the powerful and their corruption and the administrative power structure being challenged, right? Then Saturn, which is the dispositor or the speaker,
right,
for Capricorn, for Pluto in Capricorn. He's a representative of that. In Pisces, there's going to be some administrative cover-up, is what that says. Administrative Saturn, cover-up Pisces, okay? But there may very well be some exposure of administrative cover-up. All right. Saturn in Pisces also talks about the limitations and regulations put on drugs. So something regarding that may come to the fore. Taxes or regulation, however they're going to run that, right? Also, people ODing or suffering from it. Undesirable events transpiring in hospitals and in places like hospitals. What am I talking about? Jails. Because that's like an insane asylum. Insane asylums, hospitals, old folks' home, and children's hospitals. They're all the same shit. Bars, too, and hotels.
Right.
So you got to watch the news for all this type of shit. Okay? Then the very next day, after Saturn's motion, which is on the 23rd, right? We have on the 24th, a Mars motion in Scorpio. So I remember the eclipse of 1999 on August the 11th. All right.
Yeah.
And Mars was in Scorpio then, and a mailman, a of color, all right,
Yeah.
got shot in the face for knocking on these people's door. A racist murder, a racially motivated hate crime.
Yeah. In New York.
No, this happened out west, but it's happened on the day of the eclipse.
Okay.
And then 6 days later, there was an eclipse. There was an earthquake in Turkey. That took more than 6,000 people. This is 1999, y'all. So here goes this eclipse, and there's an eclipse in Turkey and Argentina. The eclipses, they say, are caused by syzygies, pardon me, SYZYGY. It's when the sun and the moon and the earth are perfectly aligned up like the rifle scope.
Right.
You dig? They're perfectly aligned up.
Line them up. Right.
One with the other, in a perfect line. And that gravitational pull, that electromagnetic flux causes earthquakes. But really, there's earthquakes every day on the earth.
Right, every day.
There's never a time that the earth is not trembling someplace on her in her total area. Okay?
That's right.
On her skin. However, earthquakes that critical off the fucking Richter, taking lives and being catastrophic are not every day. Those are accompanied by syzygies and eclipses. This is why ancient man used eclipses as the basis of his calendar. How do we know that the calendars that they were using was actually based on eclipses and not just based on the relationship of a lunar calendar and a solar calendar just combined? Well, when you combine the sun and the moon, what the fuck you got? An eclipse. You can't help but notice. But each one of the durations of their calendars are multiples of eclipse cycles. For example, the Sothic cycle is 1,461 years.
Right.
That is 81 eclipse cycles. That's 81 eclipses. Or 9 exelymoses. Please. So you get science today that comes out and says, oh, we have proven that Sirius doesn't have a 1,460-year cycle, so the Egyptians were wrong. How you niggas are wrong. That's what they're trying to say. Nigga, it wasn't based on Sothis in the first place. Sothis was the star of royalty, but the calendar was based on eclipses. How do we know this? Because the eclipse moved roughly 10 degrees every station, and they can't find the deacon stars because there were none. It was based on eclipse motion.
Right.
So eclipses, this should give you the idea that ancient man took eclipses very seriously. Modern science takes new moons, which are eclipses, and full moons, which are eclipses, every month.
Right.
Somewhere on the earth. All right? It's an eclipse somewhere on the earth. So that new moon you're looking at. That these things have effect on the tides and on the stability of the plates of the earth and volcanic activity and other living organisms on this motherfucking planet, all right?
Right.
Percy Seymour, a black scientist, got very extensive in a volume, okay? I have the book. I don't recall the title, and it's in a crate that I'm not going to dig through for y'all. Just look up Percy Seymour as scientific astrology and on Google, and you'll find him. Find his works there. He was the first one that brought to my attention how the tides and the sunspot cycles and how certain animals follow the lunar tides perfectly.
Right.
You dig? So, ancient man noticed this more so than the city-dwelling, technology-obsessed and distracted individual alive today. Our Instagram and our entertainment was nature.
Right.
Was our environment. Were the plants and the animals and the insects and all that other shit, the ecosystem. So understanding how it operated in its cycles, and it was much more obvious then to see the correlation between the motion of the planets and the stars, because you didn't have the distractions keeping you from recognizing these things.
Right.
The video was the motherfucking sky at night because you couldn't see a motherfucking thing else.
That's a fact.
I even I like how when my students come, they either come with this investigative comparative mindset, or they develop it within a few months of studying with me, right? So they start, when I show them how every aspect of the religion has a correspondence to cosmic law or astrotheological law, right?
Right.
They come up with all kinds of clever little schemes to see, right? And from every different religion, right? So one of my students, she lives in Africa, in Senegal. She's a Sufi Muslim. And she asked me about, when I said all of the holidays are astrologically based, right? And she said, well, this time of year, she was referring to January, December.
Mm-hmm.
In the name of the sacrifice of Isaac, they sacrifice a goat at this time of year. I said, how funny, in the season of Capricorn. You don't see the astrological correlation to that.
You don't find that suspicious?
Right. Yeah, you don't find that correlating. I mean, so when she saw it, it was obvious. Like the Quran. When I don't know where I got it from. I think I got it from this brother named what is his name? I thought his book was right around here somewhere.
Right.
It isn't, but I'll remind me and I'll get his book. When I go on break, I'll find it. He talks about how the Quran is an ode to the solar system.
Right.
And he shows how he mentions how Pleiades is Al-Fatiha, and how Surah Al-Baqarah is Taurus, and how Imran is Gemini, and how the women is Nisa, right?
Right.
He doesn't make all of those specific points, but he makes a few of them, and I drew the rest from the demonstration that he gave. It's real easy after that,
Right.
So the astrotheology of the eclipses I get from a Muslim astrologer, by the way.
Okay.
Now, because I forgot about this. I left off it. Because the eclipse is happening in the air sign, we can look to something to break out through the air. So we got another flu, another virus, another something going through the air. And it's going to come through people interacting, which is Libra.
Right.
Okay. Now, the natural human interaction is going to cause this whatever new epidemic or epidemic scare to manifest itself again, right? And it should be coming this year within 4 months, within a season, within just over a season. What's 4 months? That's 16 weeks. Okay. Because Neptune is the planet of disease and viruses and vaccines and medicine and illness and all types of such things.
Okay.
So, and you got to take these degrees. When you get the eclipse chart, I put the first degree in the chart is the number 21, where the sun and the moon sit at. So then it goes down from 21 to 29 to 0, and then from 1 to down to 20, because that captures the entire belt in the chronological order that the sun is going to hit the planets in. All right. And what you're doing is you're tracking the sun through this. The other planets also work through this, but you have to understand planetary rate, planetary orbit, retrograde cycles, and how to tabulate that, and then convert that back into true living time, which we ain't got time and really for. Without the basics, you can't do it. So, but at any rate, we can follow the sun through it. You just understand it. You get to understand that the sun moves 1 degree per day. Other planets move at different fractions. The sun, the moon moves anywhere from 13 to, anywhere from 11 to 15 degrees, over 15 degrees per day. And it's constantly fluctuating as she goes through her cycle, growing and waning, just like her phases. So it's not as easy to track the moon through this cycle as it is to track the planets. I mean the sun over each station. And because the sun is the giver of life, astrologically and literally, biologically, okay, and astrophysically, all right, and spiritually and whatever ALLYly, right? Then the sun gives life and light to the nature of what the planet gives indication to. So, like Uranus is unstable, and the nature of Taurus is Earth. We saw instability in the Earth when the sun rolled over the Uranus station just 12 hours after the eclipse, 13 hours after the eclipse, within the 13th hour after the eclipse. Right. And that is 1/2 a degree in measure. Okay. After Mars on the 24th. See, if it doesn't speak about police violence, it talks about military violence. It talks about deaths. It talks about assaults. So there are issues in the past where cops have killed motherfuckers might come to the fore again on this date, as well as some new issue concerning the police. Okay. That is the 24th of October. Okay, the 28th of October, we got Venus in Virgo. This is favor to the working man. All right. This is also benefits, health benefits is what it says. It talks about healthy diet. It talks about healthy routine. It talks about modifying one's destructive or vain or futile habits or routines. All right. It talks about concern for one's nutrition and one's well-being on a physical tip. On a worldly nature, Virgo is the merchant, the retailer, the wholesaler, the merchant.
Yes.
Okay? The store manager, the store proprietor, the entrepreneur. And with Venus there, it's all good. Venus is good for money. So the clothiers and the nutritionists and the therapists and the coaches and the trainers, these people are going to be doing well. There's going to be some indication given as to the cereals, you know, corn, rice, quinoa, things that wheat, barley, rice. These things are cereals.
Grains. Right, grains.
Right, and Virgo points to grains. So there might be some food contamination with the grains. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there what Venus and Virgo could possibly represent. And it's some kind of favor to the working class of the working man. Okay? Right. And Venus being the ruler also not just of commerce, but also the ruler of government, points to some benefits that people are going to be able to extract from the government or through application dealing with them. Like, you know, those stimulus checks and all that other shit. Right. There's going to be some kind of benefit to be derived there. All right. So good for people in the clothing business and the cleaning business this year or this month. This month corresponds to the month of December 2024. This station corresponds to that. All right. It also corresponds to the 28th of October of this year. All right. And 2 days after that, Saturn and Mars together aspect the midheaven, and then midheaven talks about authority figures. It talks about famous people, public personalities, or people whose names and faces are household. Okay. It also talks about the father side of the family on a personal tip. The fact that the midheaven is in the sign of Scorpio, we got some deeply transformative, 85% of the time usually manifest as irrevocable circumstances, things you can't go back and alter once they've been set into motion. There's no undoing it. Okay? Until after the fact. If there's any kind of modification or relief, it comes after the damage is done. So if you say something, you ain't going to be able to apologize your way out of it. If you do something, you're not going to be able to replace it. It's like breaking, it's like crashing a Rolls Royce that you test drove while you was test driving. and you ain't really got the money to buy it. Circumstances are irrevocable. You can't undo that with an apology, right? See, so that this is what the Pluto and Scorpio represent: irrevocable circumstances, however slight or serious. So don't just take it to the most pessimistic stance on the planet Earth, because we have Pluto motions every year, 12 of them from the sun, 12 of them every 2 years from Mars, 12 of them every 30 years from Saturn, 12 once a year from Jupiter. 12 times a year from the sun, 12 times a month from the moon. So you're not experiencing the worst this many times in your life. Going backwards, just look backwards. You don't experience it like that. So don't think the worst of it. Take the middle course. Take the moderate course. It could be inconvenient. Inconveniences that if not handled, then they represent things that cause further problems.
Indeed.
All right.
Indeed.
The next motion after that is Jupiter. This corresponds to November the 5th, and it corresponds to August of 2025. Okay? So Jupiter in Taurus talks about advances, opportunities, and extensive amounts of currency and of food. It talks about transporting food, transporting money, transporting goods, transporting possessions. On a spiritual tip, it talks about uplifting one's sense of morality and values, readjusting one's values for the betterment of self and or others. It represents improving conditions, Jupiter. They have to do with provisions, finances, morals, money, principles, possessions, fundamental morals and principles, not just money and possessions. That's the phrase I was looking for. All right. So we can look to this to manifest around August of 2025, but we should see some signs of that same energy in different form on the 5th of November in the media or in society. All right. On the 9th day of November, the sun advances to an aspect, a quincunx aspect to Chiron, which is a health, help, or risk. It factors in the health, period. Whether it's a risk or a help, a boost or not. It's just like the 6th place represents you getting sick, you catching a cold because your regimen sucks, right?
Right.
You have a good regimen, then you don't get sick. Well, it doesn't make it any less 6th house. It's still 6th house, whether it's unhealth or health. You see, whether you're unhealthy or healthy, that the fact that health has anything to do with it is what is there. So when we talk about Mercury and Chiron, we're talking about words, wounding words. Words that have to be dealt with by way of process, not pronouncement. And we're talking about legislation or policy in the household or in the government, because it's in the sign of Libra. Mercury, the pronouncement, is in the sign of Libra. And Chiron talks about how you respond to the wound and what you do to recover from the wound. Not necessarily how you get wounded, not necessarily the wound itself. So the wound can be physical, psychological, biological, social, financial, familial, personal, imagined. You understand?
Right. Damn.
And on a societal level, we're talking about the legality, the government, and how they enforce their policy. The police here, demonstrations, man, against regulations or against things that are coming into effect. You dig? A lot more demonstrations over the next 10 years. People are going to really get back into the Vietnam mode, Martin Luther King mode, civil rights mode. You dig?
Yeah, I see the build up.
Because of the Aquarius thing. And it's all about the ability to provide for oneself and to make money, because it's all Uranus rebellion in Taurus.
Right.
Okay? All right. Are we gonna have interactive here, Or am I gonna find some way to weasel this shit down so we can get out of here?
I'm right here with you. And the audience is lit right now. We could go to some questions.
Yeah,
I could
man. Let's
drop a
get it.
link. We got two options. Questions from the audience, um, where they'll send a cash app and ask you some questions and whatnot
I
inside
don't
of the
use
cash.
Cash App. I use Venmo, and I use Zelle.
Okay, they could send you a Zelle and put the questions inside of the Zelle and you can answer them. Or we could drop a link and we could bring them inside of the conversation and they could ask you their question there.
Um, because I hadn't planned on doing that, I don't see the need to resort to that. They can you. I like the interactive. This go around this round.
Hmm.
Next time though.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah, next time I'm gonna do purchase a question because this has been brought to my attention.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, all right. So yeah, man, this has been
But send them a link and bring them in. I like the interactive because it stimulates me mentally. I have an
beautiful.
arsenal of ideas and subjects I can elaborate on. I just need some stimulation because I don't just draw on it arbitrarily.
So family, this is what we're gonna do. This is going to be a bonus. This is for y'all. This is for the family. I'm dropping a link in the chat room. Y'all get the opportunity to come on the stage and to chop it up with the master teacher, on this beautiful Thursday. All right. So the link is going in. There you go. Boom. It says StreamYard. Click onto it and you could pull up. Have your camera on. Please be dressed. You already know I don't we all grown, so we don't have to, but the rule, yeah. But yeah, pull up, you know. Come and add on because this is the round table cipher. Exactly. Foxy Moon. This is the round table cipher. This is what we used to do back in the blog talk days, going back to the early KTL, the earlier days, the golden era. We would do we would open up the line and bring the family, and they
The
would open up
Q,
their phones. Huh?
the Q,
The queue, the queue was lit. We would open the queue up.
man. Number one, the Q is the reason why uh people the show was so interactively and edutaining.
Right, it was that queue. Yeah, that was a
Because
fucking
man,
fact.
niggas coming out of left field with everything, freestyling on a motherfucker, right?
Right, right.
Okay, so you got to be on your toes too. I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm not dealing with anything outside of the bounds after all that theoretics. If I elaborate on it, you better know it's just theoretical. All right, I'm dealing with, I'm dealing strictly with the astrologics here, and the eclipse. Let's keep it on subject. Right, but
Right.
I answer really any astrological question. Right?
Let me go ahead and bring on the first guest for the night. All right, we got Mushu in the building. All right, let me go ahead and open up, bring Mushu in the building. All right, there we go. Peace, Mushu. All right, so let's go to the next guest. We have New Ball. Peace, God.
Peace, peace. What's up, Magaju? Red Pill.
With peace to the God. What's good with
It's
you?
good to see you
Um,
present.
yeah. First and foremost, I want to give infinite gratitude and respect to the master teacher and to you for holding such an amazing platform. I've tapped in with you back earlier this year when you rolled out the AI, and I tapped in and it was lit. That being said, I don't want to hold it up. Astrologically, I live on the big island of Hawaii. So, brother man, master teacher, any insight about what's happening out here in these islands, Pacific Ocean? Mm.
Well, location wise, all I know is that Hawaii sits at the 19th parallel. Okay, but
Mm,
latitude from the 19 degrees from the equator. But aside
okay.
from that, I do birth charts. I don't know the chart for Hawaii offhand. And
No
you see,
respect.
so why don't you tell me your birthday?
12/28/1968.
12/28/1968. Do you know what time of day you were born?
According to the birth record, it was like 4:34 in the morning in San Francisco, California.
So you lactose intolerant, God?
I grew milk, and then in my adult years, I let it go. But I still, honestly, transparently, eat pizza every now and
That
then.
audio was real bad.
Yeah, my man sound like
Oh,
nose devoid of funk, and I didn't
oh,
understand. Sound like
Yeah, the
mm,
audio is not good. It's not coming through clear, King. And I don't want no. I
respect,
don't want.
respect,
Yeah,
respect,
we don't want you. We don't want your
respect.
message to be misconstrued, and because you got some information that we would love. So if you get to a better
I heard
location,
December 28, 1968. Oh, he gone.
oh,
Okay.
he's back. Yes, let's open up this. Let's keep it going. We have Inyan in the building. Ayan in the building. All right.
Greetings,
Great.
guys. How are you?
Peace.
Peace, got
All
it.
right.
Hey,
Peace, goddess. How you doing?
I'm great. Master Ra, I want to know if it's wise for me to buy land right now or to travel abroad to St. Vincent.
When's your
Um,
birthday?
I'm 5/1, 1972.
What time of day were you born?
They say 3:48 p.m. I'm not too sure though.
You had sore throats or earaches when you were younger? Tonsillitis, strep throat, laryngitis, anything like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you are seriously moved by the tone that people take when they talk to you, ain't you? You miss the whole fucking message if the nigga tone ain't correct, right? I can't hear you because
Absolutely.
you yelling. I can't hear you because you yelling because you talking too loud, type of shit. And really, that tendency is a result of a psychic medium capacity that you have, where you soft to vibratory frequency. You use that shit to judge whether people being disrespectful or respectful. Okay. Cause you also believe that a motherfucker should be polite even when he is not, even when he's full furious. In other words, you have every right, nigga, to be angry. You're right, but you don't have half a reason to talk to me like that.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Yeah. You had a
Sometimes I can't even take human voices,
yeah.
like certain
I
voice
just
tones.
I just
Can't.
said that.
Mm-hmm.
I just talked about that, right? So
Mm-hmm.
the innate ability, mediumistic, to hear or to see perceive frequency that other people can't. So you nuts, okay? You're gonna be nuts when you tell the motherfuckers right there, can't you see it? And they can't, all right, but you can,
Mm-hmm.
right? That has everything to do with raising your frequency, all right? So and then it will know you took care of a sick person before, right?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, okay. Family or not, I don't know, but you took care of a sick person or sick people. And you's a badass in that kitchen, right? You have an interest in all forms of literature and all forms of language, syntax, how language works, code, or information altogether,
Yep.
right? Also, you loyalty would be the reason why you cut a motherfucker off, friend or lover. Huh. That loyalty faculty or that loyalty principle is what you actually judge a motherfucker by. Okay, so you with your non-judgmental ass. As soon as you see a motherfucker being disloyal, you wonder, I wonder if they would do that to me. See, now this is just the nature. You don't like criticism in any form or fashion. Your pride gets in the way when you need help. You don't like asking for fucking help, Miss Independent. Bullshit. You need help like
Well, I
everybody.
take loyalty over love any day, you
Yeah,
know?
well, yeah, that is the criteria for friendship
Yeah.
with you. Like some people, it's values. Some people, it's communication. Some people, it's support. And you one of those. Loyalty is the issue. You
Yeah.
dig? you talk behind my back. You was throwing salt on my tail. Now you smiling in my face. You so hate those types, right? When you was younger, you was the instigator, but I ain't gonna get into that. So now you asked, was this a good time?
Yeah.
Was this a good time?
You know why? Because you know what? My best friend is a Scorpio, and we can endure anything, but don't betray
God,
us.
you know, you a Libra rising. I'm reading the rising sign. All right. So Saturn is in your sixth place of work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it just left your house of love and play. So let me give it to you like this. Yeah, I can't tell you yes or no, but you'll be able to tell from my answer whether it's yes or no. Okay. From 2021 to 2022, 2023, you've been totally reconstructing your personal definition of what it is to love somebody and to receive love. Your whole image of love. He got a makeover. You're giving love a makeover. Your concept of it, your willingness to do shit in the bounds of it, all that bullshit. Okay. Now that was for the last 2.5 years. Also, issues with staying connected with your inner child and having to detach from your inner child in order to successfully detach emotionally from situations and people. So you cut people off.
Absolutely.
Yeah, cut people off with the room. All right. So if that's the case, okay, now as of the beginning of this year, like around spring, around your birthday, okay? Around your birthday, you started getting sick and motherfucking tired of your job or your diet or your day-to-day routine and the services that you've been receiving or providing. All be motherfucking above.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep. I cleaned the whole slate.
Yeah.
Look, hold on. I'm gonna cut your wisdom.
What?
Hold on. Please tap in with this brother right here. I need you to take Ra Aku's information so y'all could go ahead and continue because you need this information that he's giving you right now. We got a lot of people in the building.
Okay. Well, I thank you
Thank
all.
you so much for tapping in. Ra
Okay.
Aku, man, yeah.
Yeah, I'll reach out.
For sure, for sure.
I'll keep
All right.
watching. Thank you.
Indeed.
Blessings.
Thank you. Bless up. Yes, indeed. All right. Let's go to the next caller in the building. All right. Peace, God.
And love.
Peace,
Peace,
and
peace,
love. All right. Peace.
I just want to thank y'all just for the platform to learn, first and foremost.
Thank you for being here.
Yes, appreciate
You're
you.
the reason why we here. You're the reason why we here, God.
You the reason why we here, man.
Ra, I got a quick question. So my solar return is in 10 days, in 29th of this month. And I was wondering.
What year is it? How old will you be?
40.
It's not a bad year. You in the middle of your re-socialization phase. Started at the age of 35. You started looking at the time you were spending with motherfuckers that you wasn't accomplishing nothing with and creating a proper distance, right? Without losing any love, right? So you're in the middle of that phase. It'll come all to a head by the age of 42. At the age of 42, it will be totally done, and your social circle will be totally connected. Now, that is what the age of 40 gives you, because you just had a very good did your birthday pay? No, your birthday pay. This is a solar and Venus return year. This is good for money and romance this year. And Venus is where? In Virgo. So I hope you got, what's your rising sign, God? Scorpio? Aries. Okay. Aries. Virgo. So yeah. You want to hold your money though. I know you want to buy some new clothes, right? You want a new job too. You want a new routine. You want to start working out, or you just started working out again. Like this is and things are working in your favor there, okay, in the job place. But Venus talks about spending, acquisition, and also talks about saving and sustenance and provisions. And prioritizing that loop for provisions is what it says in the sixth place for you. So it's like this. You coming to some good money this week, and you're like, oh shit, it's picking back up, right? Well, be mindful of the week that's coming after that, because it might not be as sweet as this week. You see what I'm saying? Budget your shit. All right. Now, what was your question again, God? Pardon me for forgetting.
Now, I was saying my solar return is in 10 days. What kind of
So,
energy?
well, it's a good year for you for romance and for money because this is a Venus year. Every 8 years, Venus returns to her station with the sun, and the sun thus energizes Venus. It's good for money and good for romance for you.
Copy that. I appreciate it.
Yeah. But you
Appreciate it,
want to
right?
be, but you want to don't be impulsive, man. Your whole lesson on this planet is about impulsive action, man, and temperance.
All
Copy.
right.
Yeah.
Real quick, y'all, we gonna take a word from our sponsors, and we will be right back.
How long we gonna be, guy?
Huh?
How long we gonna be?
We gonna be here for another.
No, how long is this break gonna be? The
Oh,
sponsor
for
gonna speak
about
a
4 minutes.
minute, two, 4 minutes.
3. Yeah, about 3 minutes.
All right, I'll be back
Right.
in 2.
All right.
Healthy so you can get wealthy with True Health Love. We got everything that you need in terms of getting your body right for the fall, for the summer, just everyday wellness. We got herbal products, we got Sabi inspired meal preps, we got juice preps, and we also have our soul food takeout spot in Southern California. That's right, alkaline soul food in Southern California. Come on down. It's nutritious and delicious. Get healthy so you can get wealthy. TrueHealthLove.com. Peace.
Yes, indeed. Back in the building. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and Rob, we back. Let's go ahead and open up the floor for our next guest that we got in the building. We got Pluto up in this bitch. All right. You good, Rod? You finished or you wanted to you
I'm
got
good,
some?
Lord. Thank you.
Okay. Appreciate you, King.
All right, brother.
All right. All right. We'll bring Rod when he comes back. Peace, Pluto.
Peace.
Greetings. How you doing?
Greetings. Greetings, family. I'm
Greetings,
well. How are
greetings. How are
you?
you?
I'm beautiful. Thank you.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Where you tapping in from?
Yeah. I'm from the Bay.
They getting dirty over there. Wait. What's that dance that they do? I just saw a video about the
Hi.
Bay. The hyphy. Yeah. Yeah. How's everything? How's life in the Bay these days?
Beautiful. We had some great weather today. We're having our Indian summer.
Oh no,
So,
that's a
yeah,
beautiful
we
thing.
got
That is a
those rays in for like the past month. So
that's
it's been
good.
good.
That's good.
Mhm.
That's good.
Yeah.
How the music scene out there?
Um, I am the wrong woman to ask.
You don't listen to music?
Not Bay music. No,
What
I'm
kind of
old
music
school.
you?
I prefer
Okay,
old
what kind of music you listen to?
Yeah. A little bit of throwback. I love me some Stevie.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
into the soul, you into the real music.
You gotta have the
Oh,
frequency. You gotta have the positive frequency, especially
right,
nowadays.
right. Okay, right.
Yeah.
Is there any modern artists that you that you tap into that has that frequency that you like?
I'm sure. Well, actually, why I've been getting into a little bit that is not soul, not at all, but there are semi-soulful house
Right,
music
right, right.
artists.
House music,
Like
right.
girl, her name is like Jada. I was about to say Jada Smith.
No, say that on
I can't think
that.
of her name.
No, no. I've been hearing about that house movement. Let me go ahead and
Mm-hmm.
bring Rod Cool back on the stage. All right, the legend is here. Peace, Rod.
Peace. Oh,
We here
so
with Pluto. Yeah,
Greetings, greetings.
Pluto, introduce yourself, please.
Greetings, everyone. Okay, super happy to be here. I'm so happy to be catching this live because I love astrology. I've been studying it for about maybe 6 years now. So, for me, I am looking to relocate, and naturally, I want to move strategically, but I don't know necessarily how to. Um,
go about defining where you need to move or where the place would be most beneficial. You know
yes,
about astrocartography?
yes.
Do you
So,
know how to find
my
the astrocartography map on at astro.com?
yes.
So you don't know how to read it.
Well, okay, so no, it's not that I don't know how to read it. It's just that and maybe this is something I need to dive deeper within, but I'm kind of debating, do I want to go towards my family life, which energy is going to give me the maximum of that, or my business? Because I do have a business. So I'm trying to
You
gravitate.
can't separate business line from the family line.
I'm sorry.
You can't separate business line from your family line
Okay.
because that's the meridian.
Okay.
That is the 10th and 4th, right?
Yes.
All right, now but you
Mhm.
have a 10th ruler
Yes.
and you have a 4th ruler.
Right.
Are they in conflict in your birth chart? Are they in harsh aspect in your birth chart? The ruler of
No.
your 4th house and the ruler of your first.
No. Fourth house, Sag, Virgo rising. 10th
Okay,
house, Gemini.
so that's Mercury and Jupiter.
Yes.
What?
And
Where is Mercury and where is Jupiter?
my Mercury is in my 5th house, and my sun is conjunct my Mercury.
Huh.
And then
Your
my
5th house sun. Ooh, life
yeah,
ain't got no purpose without love. You got children?
no.
Well, when
I
you
do
have
not.
children, you'll find a whole new purpose to love, a whole new reason to love.
I hope so.
With your picky ass. Stay picky as a motherfucker too, man. And you ain't having kids until you are financially stable anyway, according to you, right?
Yes.
And
Correct.
yeah. And you like neutral colors for a car, right? White, black, gray, or silver, right?
For the most part.
Yeah, I ain't gonna blow you up. I can see, with your private ass. Okay. Right now you should build your empire and don't allow yourself to obsess over no kind of partnership,
Okay.
mutual or romantic. You
I
understand that?
received that. Yes.
Yeah, you got to build your shit right now. All
Mhm.
that I'm gonna build an empire with my perfect lover. Nah, this ain't Cinderella. Okay,
No.
this ain't Cinderella.
Okay.
Build your fucking empire, and you'll have 10 princes trying to be the king of the motherfuckers. You
I like
understand?
options.
Well, it's not just options. You don't like options. You love security. Okay,
I
you
do.
love security. So and you have not treated your lovers fairly at all
Well, why do you say that?
because you have never told them niggas that they was really in a menage a trois with you and security. Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
Pluto,
You
we
need to
got a
let them.
pack.
You need to
Right.
let. Hold up, Red. You need to let them niggas know. Be fair and let them know. You like me? Good, because I'm married to a nigga his first name is Security, his middle name is Safety, and his last name is Stability. And if you ain't fucking him like me, then you don't want to be with me.
That's a fact. I received that.
Yeah, I know you do.
Thank you.
All right, peace.
Indeed. Thank you. Yes. All right. So next up we have Jay Diamond's in the building. All right. Jay Diamond to the stage.
Yeah, nigga getting nice over here.
Yeah, you killing him. Peace, Jay Diamond.
Peace, Red. How you living, man? How you doing? Hey, Ross,
All,
salute, God.
like all is
Peace.
well, King.
Peace,
All
God.
is well.
Yeah, so I mean, technically, I don't have a question, man. Caught the live in time, and I just want to build with the guys, and basically, I want to ask for some guidance right now. I'm on my spiritual path. I've been woke on my I've been woke for like, man, 2 years. You feel me? Woke up and I'm trying to break out this matrix, but it's
Right.
hard because it's like, just every day I wake up and I want to just.
How old are you?
I'm 28.
What's your skill set?
Skill set right now, and that's the thing. Like, I've been working for so long that I haven't been able to really focus on the skill set, right? But I feel like I'm a motivational speaker. You feel me? Like I have so much passion, man, to
No, like what have you been trained to do?
train to do.
Yeah.
How you feed yourself, God?
Sorry, God.
How do you eat? How do you feed yourself?
Right now, just working the 9 to 5. But I'm not
When's
doing
your birthday?
full 9 to 5 though.
When's your birthday?
March 24th, Aries.
Sun is in Aries. What time of day were you born? Do you know?
I believe in the like 11 o'clock mid-afternoon kind of thing day.
You injured your knees and had dental issues before?
No, sir.
You never had cavities, fillings, tooth pull, or got your adult teeth early? That didn't happen.
No, sir.
Okay, you had a problem with your skin?
No.
Like eczema, acne, anything like that?
Eczema when I was little.
Okay, now that's a problem, God. Taurus rising, y'all always tell me, no, you look like a Taurus rising. So you like the color black, huh? You wearing yellow and blue right now, or white and blue. I think that's what that is, right? But you really like to wear black like Gomez on the fucking Addams Family, don't you?
Not really. I like to be holy.
Yeah, holy.
Yeah.
What colors?
I would be anointed.
Look, white, black, gray, and silver is all one color here too. So let me say that neutral is all one color, right? So when you say holy, what color would you? If we were to buy you a car tomorrow, what color would it be?
Probably that all white. White.
White, black, gray, or silver is the same thing. Okay, so nobody knows how much you appreciate the fresh fucking air blowing in your face, and you'll get that wherever you can. You'll roll down the window in the car. You'll stand in front of a fan. You'll do it at an air conditioner. See, this here gives you peace of mind. You should try fishing, hiking, camping, and going in the woods in the natural outdoors. This is where you're going to find your tension relief, man. Trust is the main issue for you in friendship. You got to be able to trust a motherfucker, because when you don't trust a nigga, you find all kinds of reasons to not like them. And simply based on trust alone. You dig what I'm saying? You internalize all your motherfucking anger, frustration, and you do that for social reasons. But when you decide to blow up, it's too late, because you done held it in for so long. You dig? You got to find a way to release that shit every day, God, or you're going to have more skin disruption. You're going to have issues with your upper leg, with your sciatic nerve. When you feel it there, you know it's time to clean that liver. You got to keep your liver clean. You specifically, the liver specifically, especially. Okay, you got to keep that shit detox if you want longevity in the old age. When you make up your mind about something, it's really hard to change it. An act of God might work. You did, but you need concrete evidence, nigga. You a hard-headed motherfucker. Okay, and you tend to listen to your lower brain, man, when it comes to them females, man. You gotta learn how to teach that dog to listen to you. Okay, with your hypercritical, love everything clean, love a woman with a job and got her shit together ass nigga, flat stomach freak ass nigga. Okay, but don't get too deep. All right. Let me see what else. You know, a working woman, really. You want your girl to have a job. You want to be a working woman. You want to, you want her to be able to carry you when you ain't able to carry the whole boat, right? Your mother ran the house like a motherfucking CEO, but your father was absent or emotionally unavailable. One of the two, overly strict and emotionally unavailable, or not available. Okay, and see, well, you know why you might feel like he abandoned you. You have abandonment issues when it comes to that. You better realize, nigga, your uncles were there, your older cousins or older brothers were right there to fill the fucking space. Number one. Number two, that negligence of your father is the meat, the rain on your seed of independence. In other words, your independence would have never sprouted and grew if you were there to lean on him and depend on him like you really wanted to. So get the fuck over it. Thank your father for not being there, because what you've developed in with regards to your own autonomous, independent mindedness has you proud as fuck of it.
Man. Oh man.
Yeah, I know, dog.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate
You got a
it.
good memory, man. You got a good memory. You really good with memorizing shit, man. Okay?
Yeah. That's
Capitalize on that, man.
I will.
Yeah, you be good forensic, figure out puzzles and shit like that. You like them mental benders and shit because you don't like to lose. Poor kid, get used to losing. It won't hurt so bad. It won't hurt so fucking bad.
Right.
Yeah, it won't hurt. You know.
Right.
Yeah. See, it ain't really losing. It's another lesson on how to get it. Okay, right now, really, I didn't talk about what's going on right now. Then I gotta go to the next person. Okay, right now, Saturn is in your house of friends, your house of associates and allies, and you ain't got nobody in your corner, nobody you could trust, man, and nobody you could turn to for support for what you're really going through, right? And you've been internalizing all this shit. It's gonna come to the fore. This is a process, man. It's a growing process, okay, for a human being, and it's really a 7-year process. But over the next 3 years, you're gonna be remaking your trust factor, okay? And while you're remaking your trust factor, take this advice, man. This is the best way to trust somebody. You don't, okay? That's the best way, right? You don't trust a motherfucker. Make them show and prove themselves, okay? That way you won't be disappointed. But as long as you're going on trust, man, you're going to be some disappointment in your house of friends. One of your aunts or uncles is going through trials and tribulations or turbulence right now. And if it's not aunts or uncle by blood, it's one of your aunts or uncles who were peers of your parents, all right? Somebody you look up to like that. Now I got to go to the next person, God.
All right, God.
Anybody who's not
Appreciate you.
satisfied, anybody
right.
who's not satisfied with what they get here today, you can call me between 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and get a 5-minute sample. A 5-minute sample of what I do.
What
Free.
I think the 5-minute sample is this show tonight. What's your Zelle real quick? Let me put that in the thing.
My Zelle is 516-881-6992.
All right,
Six
bet.
66
516
881.
6992.
I got you.
Hey, Red, and I tried to join the Patreon one day and it wouldn't let me. I'm like, oh man.
I'm gonna drop the link today so you could do that. No worries, King.
All right,
All
bet.
right. Pull up and get this information. We got some classes. We got some classic a collection with AKHU and Patreon that will blow your mind.
I bet.
There goes AKHU Zell, everybody. Now, I already know that everybody knows that what this brother is doing right here, you can't put a price to it, right? He's displaying something that's beyond valuable. You know what I'm saying? It's an art. When I asked the brother what's his art and what's his skill, this brother right here is displaying something that is worth millions and millions of dollars to millions and millionaires and billionaires. So the man Zell is right there. I don't ever want my platform to be the platform that doesn't take care of the talent and the brothers who come through, especially the alumni on this platform who are proven tried and true. This is a legend in your midst right here. So make sure y'all take care to God. His zealous right there. I'm gonna ask him at the end of the show, did the family take care
Y'all
of
gonna
you?
see my wife's name, Demetria, on that number.
Right. So you know that that's her, right?
Yeah.
That's the Wiz.
That's
So
right.
take care of the Wiz. Nothing like the Wiz like to see that her husband is being taken care of by the community while he's up late at night, you know, telling them about their whole life and shit. Shit that they don't even remember. But good looking, King. I appreciate you.
Hey,
All right. Let's go to the next one. We got a lot of people in the building, so we got to move quick. We're going to minimize this to about 3 minutes. Peace, God. Big bro in the building.
Yo, peace. What up, Red? What's
What
up,
up, big
Rod?
bro?
Peace,
What's
peace,
goody?
Hey, what's up? Hey, Red, man, I've been on you, man. I've been on you since like, man, I started my journey back probably like 2017, man. So I've been following you, man. Good looking for everything you've been doing, and you put,
Send
you
me
know,
my
you
report card. Send me my report card. You've been tapped in for a good amount of time. You've seen a
man, for
lot.
sure. Yeah, I know
Yeah,
about
send me my
I know
report
about
card.
you rapping on Batman Mafia with AA Rashid and all that.
Ooh,
Yeah, but check this
taking
out.
it
You
back.
and AA Rashid introduced me to AKHU, man, and I got, man, it's some, man. I'm glad I tapped in tonight. On
Yes.
August 21st, 2021, I tapped into AKHU live, and I dropped the question. I mean, I put my birth chart, and I dropped the question to you. I told you that I was born July 24th, 1995 at 5:00 p.m. And I told you I was a Leo sun, Cancer moon, Sagittarius rising. And I was telling you, like, I got a whole lot of Cancer in my other, you know, in my chart. And I was asking you what that was for. And you answered my question. I ended up screen recording you. And one of the key things you told me
man,
was
please,
that,
you still got that recording? Send it to me. I want to use it as a commercial.
yeah, I got it. I'm gonna send it to you right after this. Where should I send it to?
That phone number right there.
Okay,
Right,
bet.
5161.
Yeah, but something
Or you
crazy
can
happened,
send it
man.
to Telegram if it's too big.
Okay, I got you. So you told me that night that my life would change. I don't know if for the better or for the worse. You told me my life would change when one of the top matriarchal figures in my life died or if they left. And I, man, that kind of scared me because I'm like, dang, I wonder what he talking about. Because I didn't have a girlfriend at the time, but I got two grandmothers and my mama still here. So this year on September 9th, that actually happened. My grandmother on my father's side, the lady who named me and where me and my father got our name from and everything, she ended up dying September 9th of this year. So I'm like, the first thing I thought of was you. And I went back to the video and I just kept listening to him. You told me like when one of the matriarchal figures in my life was to pass on, my life was going to change. And man, I just, you know, I was
Just
sitting in the
because
basement.
you're a Sag or a Sag rising.
Huh?
You're a Sag rising. That's because
Yeah, yeah,
because you have the mother
rising.
in the place of death and transformation. See, this is what the secret is. We in public, you ain't gonna like the way I phrase this, but this is what the fuck it is. Okay, you ain't grown till your mother died. So you still a little boy. If she lived to you was 90, you still be her little boy, and you would be her little boy too. Willingly. Right. Yeah. See, and you finally will grow. That's where I put it in them terms. But this is the law for every Sagittarius. It isn't until you're separated from your mother, she ain't got to die. But in your case, I knew what I was reading. Right? Pluto and Scorpio, Uranus and Scorpio, pardon. Right? And you know, that type of shit. So, and I know that that's a Sagittarius read, because I would say that to any Sagittarius with your shit. Born in your year. You did white, black, male, female. Yellow, brown, polka dot with fucking wings. They would get the same. They would get the same read. But the thing is, I put it in them terms because that ain't the only woman that became absent in your life to change your whole perception.
No, I was gonna say that next. I got four daughters. I just had a newborn baby.
The passage of women, right? Coming up, going. Fuck out of here. They coming up, going.
Yeah, I went like 7 years.
Your whole, I bet you don't even use the word bitch no more.
Nope.
Oh man. Yeah. You got a problem with that, huh, man? Got a problem with deadbeat niggas now, huh?
Man, I
All your
definitely
friends
do.
that don't take care of their, all your friends that don't take care of their kids.
Yeah, I don't hang
Right.
around them.
Right. You
When
can't.
you become a father, you get real conscientious of this shit. You dig? Yeah.
Yeah.
No joke, God. But yeah, your freedom is lost, nigga. You got the
Yeah.
freedom. Yeah, your freedom is gone. Your kids own that now.
Yeah, definitely, man. Man, definitely, man. I just have to, man. You right.
So now Saturn is in your natal 8. So you rebuilding your whole spiritual center, your whole spiritual bridge. Looks totally different than it did last year. You really taking a different perspective in your philosophy on spirituality, life and death, and living, and all that other bullshit, righteousness, and all that shit. All right. Now, let me see what else is going on here. Okay, Sag rising put Pisces in the 4th place. Woo! So you want to get the fuck out, huh? You want to move.
I definitely do.
Yeah,
I live in
and
Michigan.
you ain't able to go like you want to go. I said Sagittarius would have issues with the domestic situations right now, man. So yeah, like you want to either get out of state or get out the house that you living in. You want to change your motherfucking status, your lifestyle, like desperately. Yeah, well, you're supposed to be dissatisfied with it at this time, and you're supposed to put together a plan and get your motherfucking boots tight before you go sloshing off into the motherfucking mud. That's the reason why you ain't made that move yet. You know? You still got some work you got to do to put in order that move. You can't just do it like you did it at one time. You could just get on the bus or go buy you a hoopty and get the fuck out of there. Now you got a family, you got kids now, huh, man? Yeah, nigga. Ain't no, I'm just going to move to Memphis. I'm just going to move to Atlanta on nothing. No fucking bad. Welcome to being a father. You're a father now.
Yeah, that's definitely what it is, man. Man, that's definitely, you just explain what's going on for sure, man.
Yeah, and lack of sleep.
Right, big bro. Make sure you tap in with the guard. I appreciate you. You know what I mean?
Sure.
You know what I'm talking about?
Thanks,
beautiful
man. I
conversation. You already, man. Tap in with us. You know what I'm talking about?
All right, for sure.
All right, man. Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, family. The building is packed. We got the brother AKHU.
Hold on. I don't want to read people no more.
Okay.
Hold on. This shit is getting out of hand. That shit will never stop.
Okay.
It'll never stop. It'll turn into, this is a show about, we ain't even done with the timeline for the fucking eclipse. So no.
Right.
Fuck that. Because that shit's never gonna stop. Everybody wants to read it, man.
Nah, all right. So I'm gonna open up to everybody on the stage. We're not gonna do a reading. I just want everybody the opportunity to say, peace to you. All right?
Yeah.
They did pull up, so we got.
Listen, because y'all can call me in between 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. on any day. Everybody like, I waited. Oh, look at the one smiling is gonna say, I waited all this time. Now that I'm here, you're not gonna let me ask for my birthday. Y'all can all call before you even start that guilt shit.
Respectfully.
Y'all can call me live and direct on the phone, and I'll be more candid. You dig? Okay. Because, see, I don't have no problem hurting your feelings when you call my phone. That's on you. But here on a public platform, and I don't know who's around you or who's going to be watching and or what you really don't want me to say. And I really don't take delight in holding shit back.
Right.
You want it on the phone in private anyway. Trust me, it's better there. I perform better there. I got Jupiter in the 12th place. I perform better there. So now, questions about the science, or any kind of questions, other than your motherfucking birth charts, because I'm gonna handle that between 1. I do that between 1 and 7 every day.
1 and 7.
Between 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. every day anyway.
Right.
And I did it already today. See, and I see that that is the spectacle. That is what people want. Read me, do me. I want to know about me. I want to see what you got to say about me. Everybody, and they mama want it.
Man, know thyself. Everybody want to know themselves.
Yeah. They want to know really what they want to know.
One thing
is what they want to know is what I can possibly know about them that they ain't never told nobody that comes out of there. You dig? So if you bring your ass,
that's the best part of themselves.
And that's the best part of calling me. So I ain't got to sell it. I've been doing it for the last 30 years. Every day. I even do it on Christmas if I feel like answering the phone.
Right.
See, but I learned my lesson. 2 Christmases in a row, they bum rush me. So now, I don't answer the phone on Christmas. No, I don't even celebrate Christmas, but I don't answer the phone on Christmas because everybody's together. So that 5-minute sample turns into 8 people.
Mm-hmm.
Got me ripping off for 40 fucking minutes straight without a break. You know what I'm saying? And they can't believe they in line. The motherfucker that said, I don't believe in that devil worship shit. After you read 3 people, he's like, me next. You know?
Right.
Especially if he know the people you read. So everybody wants to be read. The thing is, learn this shit. Let me tell you something. I read in the Britannica Encyclopedia, the white man's encyclopedia. Can't get whiter than the Britannica, right?
Right.
Okay, can't get whiter than the British, right?
Kind of good whiter.
Okay, so I read in there they were talking about Septimus Severus, the last motherfucking emperor, African emperor of Rome. He's from Carthage, you know. They try to play that he's from Carthage, which is modern day Libya, you know, down like he ain't black, like he was, you know, like that nigga wasn't chocolate, mocha, you know what I'm saying? And they said that this nigga, now this is the catch. Listen to the fucking phraseology, because I'm gonna paraphrase it to my best ability, right? It said Septimus Severus was an astute astrologer, as all Africans of his day were expected to be, according to the source.
Right.
Okay? I just quoted that. That ain't even a fucking paraphrase. Okay? Everything from Astrologer Today was fucking quote.
Right.
He even picked his wife using astrology. When I read that, I said to myself, what in my fucking chart would describe something that about my wife that I could recognize her by, right? Because I was in a never-ending search for my soulmate too, like every other human being on this fucking planet. Okay? Right. You dig what I'm saying? So I said to myself, the 9th house reads in-laws. It'll tell me to read my in-laws. My in-laws. My 9th sign will read my in-laws. So I have Saturn in Pisces, which in the most simplest terms says broken foot. And since the 9th house is the house that represents the siblings and the cousins of the spouse, when I met my girl, she said, you say all this shit to every pretty girl you meet. Every girl who you think is pretty, is what she said. And I said, I really don't, because I like the money. I like charging y'all, you know? And if I entertain you on some sweetheart shit, then I can't charge you. So I'd rather not. I'd rather just charge your ass, you know? And I meant that. But I said, but you did one thing for sure. My chart says that my wife has siblings or cousins that are very close, like brothers and sisters, if they're not brothers and sisters. I said, you have siblings? She said, yeah, I got 2 brothers. I said, well, one of them for sure has to have a broken foot. Has had before. He didn't break his foot or break his toe or sprain his foot. Okay?
Right. She's not the one.
Yeah, then you not
it's like the Cinderella slipper for that.
Yeah,
that was that?
yeah.
Damn, that was it. So
fuck
all
out
right.
of here. Pisces.
How did she slide home?
Slippers too, nigga.
Right. How did she get it?
So yeah, Pisces is the sign of shoes and the feet too. Okay.
Right.
So the shoe don't fit. You must have quit, right? So what I said to her was, I said, don't get your fucking panties in a bunch. Because you cute and shit, you gorgeous and all that. You ain't hurt if your brother ain't had a broken foot. I said broken foot or seriously injured foot or toe. And I'm not talking about the ankle, I'm not talking about the tibia, the fibula. I'm talking about everything beneath the ankle, heel, foot, arch of the toe, anything dealing with that, right?
Right.
But she came back a couple hours later and said, nigga, that shit is in my birth chart. You got that out of my chart. That shit ain't in your chart. I'm like, yeah, it is. I told you when I gave it to you, it was Saturn and Pisces. That's the third house of the seventh house, or the brothers of the partner. Okay. So when I saw that, I said, damn, well, if it can read my wife's sibling, then I can go to my grandmother's chart and read any one of my aunts or uncles. Read my mother through the lens of my grandmother's chart. And when I did that, I found myself and all my cousins and everybody that came out of her line according to the rules and nomenclature for finding people in the family or people in the life, period. You know, like your best friend's father is in your birth chart. Yeah, you dig what I'm saying? His moms, his siblings, all of that. Your wife's siblings, cousins, neighbors, her best friend. You know, your child's doctor is in there. I'm going to give you an example. You know Zeus.
Mm-hmm.
Well done, my son. You know who I'm talking about, from Atlanta, right? Zeus had a kidney transplant. And they delayed him. He had to wait all day, right? Well, he got there the day before his Venus. Venus rules the kidneys. And it was in the sign of Capricorn. So while he's waiting, he calls me because he wants to know the exact hour that his kidney's going to come.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I told him that it was coming the next day, that by the time, within 24 hours, he would have his kidney, right?
Right.
And he did. And it was in the sign of Capricorn. Well, guess the fuck what, dog?
What?
The doctor that gave him the kidney was a Capricorn son. Nigga, you can't make this shit up.
Yeah, that happened. Right. See that work.
You can't make this shit up.
Right.
Like, I'm gonna give you an example. In your own case, you have this sun in Scorpio with Uranus. You online, your sun shines online, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm also a Scorpio. Where did I meet you at?
Online.
Yeah. Okay then. Ain't that amazing? Was it a coincidence you chose to be there that day? Huh?
Right.
You think? You think? We think. It's designed for us to think that. It's designed for us to feel like we just started that. We just started liking that type of shit this year. It's designed for us to think like that. I guarantee you we can find it in the birth chart.
Right. It's part of our programming. It's part of our code.
It's part of your journey here.
Yeah. So are there any words that anybody on the stage have to share with our brother AKHU tonight?
Just peace and blessings, old man.
Recepro.
Yeah, just thank you for your words and your wisdom.
No, they all speeches now because I said no birth chart. Y'all got to call me. So they're like, yeah, fuck you, nigga. We ain't got nothing to do.
No.
You did? Like, yeah.
No, thank you for your wisdom.
Since you won't be like that, nigga, we just gonna nicely tell you, fuck off then, You said you need input, kiss my ass, nigga. I came up here for fucking reading. I'm gonna fuck you think this is for real. Like, nigga, I'm being nice to your motherfucker. I came here to get a read. I can't sat up here and wait. Look, you think I'm bullshit? You think that ain't what's going on?
Right.
Fuck out of here. I know that's what's going on. Well, that's too bad. Because see, y'all done cut me and then burnt me out.
Right.
I get burnt out. I've been doing it. Listen, I start working every day at 1:00. And I still didn't get everybody today.
Right.
Okay? I still didn't get everybody. I still got like, man, please. I can show you, but then it wouldn't be nice. Other people's numbers would show. You did, it wouldn't be nice. They'd be like, yeah, my number was out on the screen and shit. So I don't want to do that. But you did, but I can show you all the missed calls I got.
You did enough. Nah, you showed enough in the last few minutes, Rob. I promise you. You don't have to even say anything, brother.
You guys hear me?
Can I say anything?
Yeah,
Yes.
I can hear you.
I just have one question.
Yes.
I don't
Um,
believe you. I think you
that's
got a
it. I
bundle.
don't need one
You got a
question.
bundle of them.
No, I'm sure I do, but not for tonight.
All right.
In associates to Libra and the moon. Lately, I've been very, very attracted in this year to the moon. That I pray under the moon. I just want to know what's the.
For Libra, the highest sign in Libra's chart is the sign of the moon.
Oh,
You Libra rising or Libra sun?
I don't know. I know I have 9 Libras in my.
All night long. All they want is to know their chart. And I said the one.
I don't know. I don't know.
You know what time of day you was born?
Yeah, 10:32 p.m.
So it's either on the 4th place or in the 5th place, right?
But I'm on the cuff.
What's your ascendant? You don't know your rising sign? Okay. So now being on the cusp don't mean shit.
Okay.
You in one sign or you in the other.
Okay.
There's no I'm standing on the land and the sea. Okay. This ain't Metatron and shit. All right. From Revelations. All right. Let me see. Say the birth date again.
9/25/1974.
So that's 2 or 3 degrees of Libra, right? I mean, 925. Yeah, 2 or 3 degrees of Libra. And you said you were born at what time again?
10:32 p.m. on a Wednesday.
In the 5th house. It's on the 6th cusp. Yeah, it would be on the 6th cusp too. Daylight savings time in effect still would keep it on the 6th cusp. So Libra on the 6th, Ra, is Taurus at the ascendant. Oh, okay. So neutral colors for transportation. Also, would you pick neutral color for transportation?
I have a neutral color for transportation.
Okay, well then it's the same shit. All right, so let me go here. All right. You're the same ascendant as a young man that came on here. Okay. So, but so when you make up your mind about something, it's really hard for you to change it. You're overly determined. Okay, stubborn. You don't like the word stubborn, but you like the word determined. Okay. Show me the difference between rough and sandpaper. All right. Now let me see. You ain't gonna live in no house that ain't got plants in it. Okay. And nothing catches your attention like a well-dressed or a clean man. And you a working man too. You like that too. Okay. That's something about you makes him interesting. Okay. Just and you ain't materialistic. They ain't got fucks to do with it. Okay. Let me see what else. Aside from the neutral color card, what can I talk about? I can talk about Aquarius. Your advice to all your friends is fucking excellent. Yeah, according to them. And but your own advice. You've learned to play the caution card. Okay. You can't afford to throw care to the wind. All right. So you've learned your lessons about patience, about steadfastness, about tolerance too. You know. So what was your question now? See? What was your question?
About the moon.
So and your natal moon is in Libra.
But I'm very
You took care of a woman. You took care of an old woman.
My grandmother.
Well, that's an old woman. I know she was old. All right. That's what the moon in Libra in the 6th place represents.
She just passed away.
Okay, so you took care of her. That was you fulfilled your debt to God with that service. You want the same thing for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you want somebody to be there for you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That is a motherfucker.
I have one question. Well, second question.
Wow, see, wait, we got 2 now. See, now we're gonna say you're gonna one more me to death if I let you.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay.
Y'all can call me.
I'll call you for that one.
If your feelings are hurt, you can call me.
No.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about anybody coming up here.
I'll call you.
That's right.
Because it's serious. I'll call you for that one.
Yeah, I know.
Appreciate everybody.
I let you know I ain't no motherfucking joke.
Right. It ain't no motherfucking joke. I appreciate every single person on the stage tonight.
Me
giving
too.
us your time. What is it, Thursday at past midnight? Y'all are legends. I appreciate y'all energy. We really, really, y'all are all
You must
beautiful, by
listen
the
to
way.
his voice. He sound tired as hell.
Not at all. I'm lit. I'm here for what we doing?
Oh, can I ask a question?
Yes,
Yes, you
ma'am.
can. Yes,
All right.
Hold on, sis.
Yeah,
Hold on.
yeah,
Oh,
you
y'all
first.
know.
I
All right,
want
you
to
can
get
ask the
in
question
really
first.
quick because I want to
Okay.
respect the gods, legends that are here. We need to put some respect on them. This,
Y'all
you
are
know,
good
they're
for my
giving.
ego.
Hold on, brother Broad, because you got to get these flowers in. You know what I'm saying? So, I did want to ask you about my son, but I'm not. I'm gonna respect your time because you say you're not doing anything. But I am curious to hear more about this Venus that's coming into the new year because it has to do with money. And you know, we're kind of like going into this fiscal. They're supposed to be. We're in a temporary shut. The government's on this temporary,
right.
hold for the lockdown with the money and stuff like that. And they're gonna be putting that
That
towards
is
November.
Uranus.
That
That is
inflation is
Uranus.
killing niggas.
That is Uranus and Taurus right here. The first motion after the eclipse. Let me see where. Let me see.
When is the eclipse?
The eclipse was
It
It
passed
just
already.
happened.
It passed.
4
Yeah.
days ago. The
Oh.
second motion right here after the eclipse at the top. Hold on, let me get
Wow.
it. Right there. Talk about disruption, finance, economic. I said that on my live too.
Yeah, and Buzz how they supposed to.
What I did.
Yeah, they supposed to be putting some type of It's right now on a temporary. They letting stuff slide, and by November 12th, they said there's supposed to be a lockdown. So you right on the money with that. So thank you. Just to hear tidbits about what we should be doing in preparation. But we should know already. But you're the mastermind here. And salute to Red. Thank you again for having us up on the panel. I'm gonna drop down. I just wanted to find out a little bit more about that Venus because you spoke about that earlier with the eclipse, and I'm big on the eclipse.
What's your rising sign?
I'm Aquarius rising.
So the eclipse was in your 9th house. You going somewhere soon? In the next 30 days, you traveling somewhere?
Don't have any plans, but if it's
change your
meant
mind
to
about
be.
traveling somewhere, I hope you change your mind about traveling somewhere. You engage in the pursuit of higher knowledge or mentally expansive experience.
Always.
Yeah. So what's your ascendant in Sagittarius?
Ascendant is in Leo. No, my rising is in Aquarius, and then
Okay, Aquarius. So which child do you say you wanted to ask a question about?
Okay, brother Rob.
Which child is it?
It's my son. He's a Taurus son. 5/25, 1998.
Which child is it? And
my middle child. I'm sorry, my middle child.
Wait, impulsive answerer. Okay. Because you don't know the curriculum. You don't know the criteria. I'm going to give you the criteria. All right. A child is what a child was made, whether it was born or not.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So which child is he? In reality, which child is he? First, second, third, fourth, fifth.
He would be my.
And if you're confused, I'm going off of what you say.
He's my second born on the earth side, but third.
So he's a third child made. This child here, hyperactive, overly temper tantrum, tries your temperance. Your motherfucking runs everywhere, never runs out of energy. Appetites off the motherfucking meat, right? Defiant. Okay. You did.
Well, he's 25 now, so.
Oh well, okay. Highly competitive, straightforward, don't like to waste no time, extremely impulsive as an adult. Okay, and is a fighter, arguer, or a fighter.
Yeah, very competitive. I just wanted to know more or less, like, because he's at that pinnacle stage.
Well,
you
got
25.
3 years. He got 3 years. He gonna see his Saturn return in 3 years. Saturn in Aries too. Saturn in Aries too. His father was violent with you.
Can be at times verbal.
That's a yes or no.
Yes, sir. Yes.
It was written that he would be, so that's the only reason why I give it that type of zeal, right? And be on the no nonsense, because that's what the fuck it says. So there ain't no need in denying.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Copy.
You dig? See, that's the bad thing about this is why the Christians don't like astrology. This is why the Muslims don't like astrology, right? Because I ain't got to deal with your ass to understand your inclination and your motive.
Hmm.
I ain't got to be around you for no 2 or 3 years to know. They don't want you having that because most of the priests are perverts. And if everybody knew astrology, we'd be looking right at them niggas like they were X-ray, like the king's new clothes. You know?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
So I appreciate that, Brother Rod. And Brad, always salute to you.
done
Thank
know.
you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna drop down.
You done know. Peace. All
Thank
right.
you.
You know my phone number is 516-881-6992. That number you see that attached to my Zelle. All right. Now, young lady, what did you want to ask me?
That's the right number we got scrolling right here,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes,
All right.
sir.
Peace, sis. How you doing? Good readings.
Hey,
Good evening.
how you doing again? I just had a quick question. So, I noticed the eclipse, like, other moon cycles can make people like really either ride it. I've been very chill though, and I just want to know like what kind of is what is the determinant with that thing that would make somebody kind of be chaotic during this time of the eclipse?
You've seen an astrological chart before, right?
Yeah.
It has the 10 planets in a specific pattern as it goes around that wheel.
Okay.
Your planets have specific stations and angles and alignments. Okay. In any chart, but specifically in this eclipse chart, any planets that share the same degree as the planets in your birth chart are directly the eclipse is speaking directly to the affairs that those planets give an indication of.
Okay.
Do I need to repeat that?
Nah, I think I got it.
Shame here. Don't be ashamed. If you didn't digest all that, I'll fucking iterate. Okay? Because I want y'all to know this shit. I'm tired of being the only one knowing this shit. Okay? In my circle. All right. Now, so watch. Let's say you had the sun at 12 degrees. Okay? When you were born. Every time any planet hits 12 degrees of anywhere, it's opening the portal to give that indicated station, that station in your chart, that planetary position gives an indication. Well, whenever a planet hits the same degree of it, it's like opening up a fresh can of worms concerning what that planet points to. So let's say, and I'm going to use Malcolm X's situation. Okay. You got Malcolm X. He was born with Mars and Pluto in the same time. Okay. That's the alignment, and that's the promise for violent death. Okay. Now, they were 9 degrees apart. So he experienced violent death leading up to his 9th year, and once he got to his 39th year. You see, no doubt he also experienced it in his 22nd year because we're dealing with range of 30, and once you take the 9 off, you got 22 years. So he was 22 years old. There was some incident with it too that didn't make his biography. Okay, yeah, you dig? Now, when can we expect that Malcolm would have been subject to the conditions that those two planets point to in his life? I just told you 9 years and 22 years, and adding 30 to that, to those two numbers infinitely. Had he lived to be an old man, we'd have found Mars Pluto events all the way leading up to however old he was, we'd have seen it, and at these intervals. Okay. And therefore, he saw at the age of 39 and was not able to survive that one. All right. Now, but we see it right there in the birth chart. So when you understand that there are other people born with Mars and Pluto conjunct too. Everybody with Mars and Pluto conjunct is subject to die a violent death.
Mm-hmm.
But they experience one. My mother had Mars and Pluto conjunct. When she's 18 years old, right before she got pregnant with me, she saw a nigga get stabbed to death in a bar. Was not experiencing a violent death.
Mm-hmm.
First fucking hand, she experienced that shit right before her eyes. Okay, so and she died of a COVID shot. Mars. They called it lethal reaction, and she was born with these two planets together in Leo, and it stopped her heart, Saturn and Leo. So her death was written right there in her birth chart. And what's really deep is I was having a perfect Mars that day, and my brother was having a perfect Pluto that day. Pluto and Mars are both the rulers of Scorpio, which is the sign of death.
Mm.
So she was supposed to go. She went right on time, according to the astrology of it, you know. You dig? And I anticipated it for years. You see? So you gotta understand everything that happens is meant to be. Or it would not have happened.
Right.
There's no such thing as a mistake. God don't make no mistake.
Right.
And you know this. This is not a matter of belief, because the motherfucking configuration of the planets is always in true time, perfectly moving, like a mirror image.
So you've seen her death then, and you were able to did you know the exact time that she, or like around the time?
Mind you, I just knew that it would be a time of crisis, because you have a Pluto every month. Somebody's not dying every month.
Yeah.
But when somebody dies, it's usually a Pluto or a Mars motion. You see? But somebody doesn't die. Sometimes Pluto is fucking, literally. It is sex. Steamy, hot, wet, sweaty, fucking humping, fucking. Pluto is also that. Pluto's also death. Now, people don't see the relationship between death and sex.
Right. One and the same.
Yeah, it is the passage of energy, of life force, passing from one place to another, locationally. So when you're born, it is life passing from your mother into the world. When you're conceived, it is life passing from your father to your mother, and then from your mother to the embryo, to you. And then she transfers you, and you live out here in the world. And then you're influenced by the world, and you evolve such. All of that is Pluto. That whole process.
Right.
Coming about and going out away. You see? So sex is part of the coming here process. Coming, keyword, no pun intended. You dig what I'm saying? But it is that. It is that. Because the orgasm is a vibratory frequency that you can only have with another person. All that masturbation, you come and masturbation, that's what that is, masturbation. That's not sex. That's not orgasm. You can only attain that with another person. You see what I'm saying? So you did, and this is why masturbation. See, I know this shit sounds gross, but you need to understand this shit. I am dead serious. I'm not fucking making jokes here, and I'm not making analogies that are absurd. Okay.
It's after midnight. We grown.
This is why masturbation never feels as good as another person.
That's right.
Because their vibratory frequency is different than yours.
Right.
Your own, that's your vibratory frequency on your own self. So that stimulation that you give in emotion has got to be more rigorous. It's got to be more extensive. It's got to be more this or more that. You see what I'm saying? In order to even compete with the real thing. Why? You see? So you understand? So this is what Scorpio is. See, it's not just sex. It's not just fucking. So you get these people to come out and say, "Oh, you're a Scorpio. You're a freak." No, I'm not. I've been on what you call it? One woman man all my life. So what? I was
I beg your pardon.
Serial monogamous, but I only doing one at a time. I can't even handle emotionally. I can't even deal with one. What the fuck I got to do with two?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? That's a fantasy. That's that fantasy shit you see on a porno flick. You know, that ain't really I ain't built like that. I can't even hold my temper with the bullshit that the one I got be giving me. You dig what I'm saying? How the fuck am I gonna deal with two of them that's teaming up on me occasionally? And they're fighting with each other all the motherfucking time for me. You know what I'm saying? Do without that. See, Scorpio is about mastery of that. So when we're young, yeah, we some horny motherfuckers, boy. You did,
Adidas.
because that is the
Adidas.
nature of Scorpio and Scorpio rising. And anybody that has planets in Scorpio or progressing through Scorpio, all Libras progress through Scorpio by the age of 30. If they're at the beginning of Libra, by the age of 30, they're in Scorpio. If they're born at the end of Scorpio, they progress right to Scorpio. I mean, at the end of Libra, they progress right to Scorpio. So they start to get the experiences of a Scorpio, even though they don't feel like one.
Should a Libra date a Scorpio?
Should. That's none of my business.
Never.
That's none of my motherfucking business.
That's a whole nother show.
Okay.
That's
It's not a whole nother
connections.
show. I can answer her.
Right.
I can't
Oh,
deal
go
with
ahead,
the
then.
phraseology there. Okay, I will tell you of the nature of the relationship between Libra and Scorpio. And you decide whether Libra should date Scorpio.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Libra is the 12th house of Scorpio. They want everything Scorpio deep down in their core can't fucking stand. Scorpio wants to keep certain aspects of themselves entirely to themselves, and Libra wants them to unloose it all. Share it all, nigga. You dig? Dump the whole bag out. Fuck all that. Scorpio's like, I just want to hold on to this. Yeah. And Libra's like, not having that. Now, technically, the 12th house of a sign is the undoing of that sign. It's also what you can't do without that sign. So, Layla O. Africa said that the 12th house from the sign, the sign in front of it, is this karmic relationship. Okay? I don't like fucking with that word soulmate, because your soulmate, if you get murdered, your soulmate was your murderer. If you die on the operating table, that doctor was your soulmate.
Wow.
Aside from your mama, she's your fucking soulmate. She's the one who brought your soul over here that you had to mate with to get over here. You dig? So what the fuck you mean soulmate? With your fairy tale loving ass. You dig? That's anybody subscribing to the idea of soulmate. You have a fucking soul type. We put you in a room with 100 of your soul types, and you want to let them run a train on your ass, male or female. You just gonna lay down and let it happen. I don't care which one of y'all do it. Because they all your type.
Right.
There are at least 100,000 people on this planet that fits your fucking type. You know, one motherfucker your type. Because you get one motherfucker, you see other handsome people, everybody else is not handsome anymore because now you found the one. You did? Yeah. That shit it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You dedicate yourself to one person and you find the person whose destiny, you find that watch this. Well, you just said you read your wife through the chart, and isn't that your soulmate? Woo, woo, woo. I read it. Most of my girlfriends have brothers that have foot injuries. So, you dig? I'm going for my type.
Right.
You have a type. Ain't no one person. Ain't no one store in the city that caters to your needs, right? You go in any store to get the fuck you want, right? Yeah. So you take the first motherfucker that makes you feel good about yourself.
That's a word.
That's usually why we get with them, because that vibratory frequency we got with them, chemistry. So to answer your question, you know, the second Scorpio is the second house of Libra. So that's the whole motivation. And
What does that mean? Second house.
That's the full. Well, you can look that up on.
Okay.
That shit is easily available information. It's about money.
Okay.
Money and values. So somebody was lacking money and sustenance and values at the beginning of this relationship.
Oh man, okay.
And the person who was providing is the 12th house person. They owe, so they say that they owe you from a past life, but really they need this experience to understand the nature of charity and sacrifice and all of that. Now, it doesn't mean that it can't turn into honorable love. It just talks about this, how the relationship started. Or y'all met in or near a hospital or near a place of worship or in some spiritual type of environment, you see, because the 12th house talks about that too. Or in a store, because the second house talks about that, you see. So you got, I don't know the exact circumstance. I just know all possible potential that involved there. There was some money being spent, or it was at a place where money could be spent. And the second, this is Scorpio. We talking about somebody was in a state of recovery. You dig what I'm saying? Somebody helped the other person recover, you know, and I wonder how useful they're going to be after they totally recover. You know, 12th house is the house of sorrow. Second house is the house of paid debts. So somebody owes somebody a debt, and you know they're gonna be sorry if they don't pay that debt, or they're gonna be sorry when they do because they had to pay that debt. But there's some friction involved. Libra is totally air, and Scorpio is motherfucking water, is ice. Okay. And the social tendency that Libra will forever have, Scorpio will never fucking adopt unless you have an air sign or a fire sign rising. Okay. But if it's a fire sign rising like Sagittarius rising, it's Scorpio, you know, fucking with water, fucking with fire. Okay. Very sexual demon too. Very strong sexual demon involved there, boy. And usually when a woman asks about a man in public, he's fucking her brains out. You know what I'm saying? Ain't pulling no motherfucking punches. Because that's all she want to know about. That nigga is rocking her motherfucking world, making the floor disappear. You heard? Making the walls disappear. Sending her ass into the perfect black. All right? Fuck out of here. Look, I did a reading the other day. Listen, I did a reading the other day for a woman. The reading was about 4 hours long. Right? For the first 2 hours, she's going on and on about her fucking soulmate. You know what I mean? Her partner. Who's my partner? Who's my lover? Her lover. And then she spent the next 2 hours trying to tell me love don't mean shit.
Right.
And I'm like, really? Like, do you know that I am a perceptive human being, that my memory of recent events is sharp as a motherfucking pencil?
Right. You were just telling me this a minute ago.
Yeah, exactly. Right. 2 minutes ago, all you wanted to know about was your love life.
World is bipolar, bro.
Listen, no matter what the fuck I talked about, it was always about, what about my love life? What about my love life? I'm never gonna find love again. What about then when I was like, look, man, be this many years, da 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 da. So just look at the last time you had it and measure the years, blah blah blah. Right? And then she was like, oh, well, I ain't tripping up with love anyway.
It was over.
I can do bad by my fucking self. She just went right back into that commiseration. You dig? Good God, man. People, man. But see, later on, they focus. It doesn't matter if a person accept what you have to say or what you have to give them at that point, right? Later on, they gonna fucking reflect, because this is human nature. This is how the mind works.
Right.
Even dogs reflect, man. Cats reflect. Fish. Proof. Tap on the fish tank before you feed the fish from now on. Okay? They used to run from that tap. Now, as soon as you tap, they're going to all run to the surface looking for that motherfucking crumbs you drop it in there. Okay? So it works the same everywhere. Peace. What's up, man? Did I answer your question?
Yes. I'll call you.
I know you're a Libra. You like, this nigga is vulgar and woo woo woo, doo, but he's good. Yes, I'm vulgar. You know why? People don't really understand. I'm an impressionist. As an artist, I'm an impressionist and a caricaturist, right?
That's right.
Even though I could do shit in perfect detail, I'd rather do the cartoon, the impression. Okay. So when you come off crazy, people remember that.
They do.
My social studies teacher, this nigga told every fucking history lesson like it was fucking Tom and Jerry, man. And I remembered all that bullshit. You see what I'm saying? From what the fuck he said, because of the emphasis he put on it.
Right.
Yeah, I make it sound crazy, but it's the absolute goddamn truth.
Genius.
And if sex ain't the thing, is he's making her feel young again. It's all fifth house shit, no matter what. So, you know, you're going to feel like she's 16 years old, whether it's the sex or his motherfucking kindness. Okay.
What's good, my brother? Nicola.
Hear me through the mic?
Yeah, peace. What's good with you, bro?
Wanted to make sure. All praise to you. All praise to Raku. I've been following you for years.
That's what's up. I mean, riding
Raku.
out.
I've been looking up to you, Raku, in astrology for years. Definitely wanted to give your praise. I was about the eclipse. I did want to ask you more about the eclipse.
You want to ask me about it?
I've been working on a project recently, and a lot of the things I've been talking about on the project have kind of.
You get sinus allergies or headaches, man?
Me?
At any point in your life, yeah, earlier in life.
I deal with a lot of insomnia, but not allergies.
You deal with insomnia in your whole generation, your Neptune and Capricorn ass. So that's not gonna be the teller here. The teller is nosebleeds, sinus allergies, headaches, any of that shit in your youth, right? That's you, right?
When I was a kid, I got a lot of
all right then. Also, see, I've been doing this shit too long, God. Let a motherfucker tell me no. Okay, I talk about what the fuck I want to talk about. I now I'm just playing. Everybody watch this here. So injury on the left hand or the right hand or arm, huh? Permanent mark on the left hand or right hand arm, right? So it's a tat or a scar, right? You're the picky motherfucker, man. I ain't gotta wait for your ass. White car, silver car.
I can't say I got a scar. I never had a serious injury.
It doesn't matter. You see what y'all ill conceive is that the thymus gland. You know what that is? No. The thymus gland doesn't develop until puberty. Just like your testicles don't develop until puberty. You ain't able to bust a nut until puberty. Ain't no fucking 2-year-old busting those nuts. Ain't no 2-year-old with a perfectly formed immune system either. No such motherfucking thing. You weren't born on fucking Krypton. So your immune system has to develop here. And it develops by exposure. Any motherfucking medical journal, anatomical function of the immune system will tell you that. It doesn't develop, it develops at the same rate that your genitals develop. So by the time you reach puberty, you have a fully functioning immune system. Well, what the fuck about before that? Superman, you know, I never had a serious injury. A toothache is a serious injury. Fuck out of here. Okay? Acne is a serious injury. You can't wash it off. Wash it the fuck off then. Make it go away in 24 hours, in 8 hours. It doesn't. So it's a serious injury that you must recover from. Sinus allergies and headaches. That shit ain't, they be burglarizing be telling, yo, right, that's the motherfucking pollen, man. That's the pollen. Nigga, if it was the pollen, everybody here would be fucking congested. You're the only one here suffering, nigga. You get what I'm saying? So you don't have to be serious. It debilitates you. I bet you it debilitated your ass. I've never been debilitated. I never had a scratch. I'm made out of fucking steel, out of adamantine steel, nigga. My name is Wolverine, nigga. Fuck you. You're born on this planet. Not just you. You're born on this planet. Your body had to adapt here. And we're using that to find out what your type is. Really, motherfuckers be scared to know. I don't want to tell them that about myself. You might tell me when I'm going to die. Nobody's going to do that. I'm going to show no. I know what the fuck I'm doing. Okay? So, the nosebleeds, the sinus allergies, the neutral colored car, the no trust for the girlfriend. You liked older women in the beginning. You want to treat all your friends like family. See, you can't treat them like family. I don't fuck with them niggas, man. I can't really trust them like that. You dig? So he want to be able to treat every one of his friends at least like he treats his cousins. And if not, there's always going to be some distance there, okay? You will relocate for money. You like expensive cars, but you ain't materialistic. Bullshit. Mister, let them see me when I shine, ass nigga. You dig? But all day long, he wear neutral colors. But when he go out somewhere, celebratory, yeah, he want to wear the best. He want to be seen. He want to be the star.
I do design clothes though.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So what was your question? What was your question?
Oh yeah,
You
about
just
the
getting you just in the last 3 years, you redesigned the way you look at your relationships, and now you're making your path as to how you're gonna actually invest in relationships from now on.
what you mean?
I mean it literally, romantically, and socially. You want me to say it again?
I haven't been in a relationship in a
Yeah, man,
while.
you got all kinds of relationships, man. You got all kinds of relationships going on around you, Chan. Mutual venture, cooperative venture, all of
Okay.
those
Business
Okay.
relationships,
Yeah. Okay.
social.
customer client,
Yeah,
all of that.
I was just at a photo party probably like last weekend.
Okay, I'm not going there with that. I'm going. Maybe something happened there that you did that you learned a serious lesson about. Because parties, photos is all Pisces. Saturn is there, but let me say this: on the overall, right now, Saturn is going through your eighth house. It just came out of your seventh. In fact, it may still be in your seventh on the way to the eighth sign. Still not in the eighth house. So it's like the last 3 or 4 years you've been reshaping your whole idea of interaction, a mutually dependent interaction. In other words, you want to be self-employed. You want to be a solo agent, huh? You don't even want to play team. You don't even want to play ball with the team no more. You know, you want to do gymnastics, huh? Ain't nobody out there on the floor but you now, huh? And this is because you had trust issues with motherfuckers, right? You can't even trust another motherfucker's greed, huh, man? Goddamn shame, man. You hire perfect strangers. You dig that you can fire on a whim without no problem, and you don't fucking hire family, okay? But
Or
you want,
family doesn't want to work.
but you not, man. It doesn't matter because you want to treat them like family, and you want them all the way. You want to have a family business. You silly, okay? You silly with that idea. You idealize a family because your partnerships haven't worked. And learn how to trust motherfuckers. The first law of trust is don't, silly. The second law is make them give you 1,000 reasons before you adopt one of them, before you even consider one of them. Okay, they have to have a pile of 1,000 to pick from, reasons to pick before I see. And that way you never get crossed, you never get betrayed. And you only want to turn on your trust where you get lazy at. So fuck you with that too. You dig? I want to live the life, and I'm making enough money. I can hire these niggas to handle my business now. See, boom, you were lazy. You want to stop running your business. You know fucking well you entrepreneurial, picky, love nice things ass nigga. You.
Yeah. On that note, y'all, we gonna we're gonna end it on that note, man. You know what I mean? What more can I say? AKHU is on fire, bro. Every single bucket, you know what I mean? He made every single
Man,
bucket.
even though I said I wasn't gonna do this no more, man, I still did it anyway.
You like that new dude, the basketball nigga that's 7 foot tall. What's his name? He the rookie. What's his name?
I don't know. I don't keep up with sports, man.
Who keep up with the sports? Yeah, that's how Rod coming right now. All buckets, yo. All buckets. You
Well,
know what I'm talking about?
I've been doing this for a long time, man.
I
People
know you a
understand.
legend on the
There's really
Wimby.
nothing.
His
There's
name
nothing
Wimby. That's
mystical,
your new name, AKHU.
man. Let me tell you about this science.
Your new name is Rod Wimby.
Spit it, God.
See, it ain't got no gimmicks. He above all, it's the highest, and I call it cosmophysics. Understand it isn't magic. It's expanded mathematics.
Come on.
Intuition in fruition with the transits of the planets.
Come on now.
Yeah, as they rise, they fall. They patternize and I can analyze them all and
That's
describe men by the marks on their anatomy with charts from their natality. It ain't hard to start to pick apart their personality.
Woo! It ain't hard.
The profits in their pockets, the logic in their topics, how they moms and pops is, and even if they got kids, how to keep themselves in decent health, they partners and connections, and who's getting their possessions when they step into the essence. They mind for education, their highest aspiration, their viable acquaintances, their trials and tribulations.
Woo!
Then I'm spitting those predictions with the drifting solar system like the ancient old Egyptians mapped the shifting pole position to stack their stones and monuments when paper scrolls was written. These facts once known as common sense before Masons stole this wisdom. So I exposed the myth encoded within your religion as above, so below on earth, nigga, as it is in heaven. Don't be dazed and delirious, amazed at the mysterious, because Pisces is past. We in the age of Aquarius. Dun, 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 dun,
Right.
I'm serious,
Oh,
nigga. I'm not playing. I'm serious. You dig?
But
So you dig this? So when you understand that,
that
then
part.
you can plot your life at your true pace. You'd like to think that you down here making shit happen. Okay. I just want you to demonstrate one thing. You can make something happen, make it happen. Let me see it right now. Make it happen.
Man.
Right here. Thin air.
Right now.
You dig? You didn't make that happen. You didn't make that happen. See?
I was working on some pants from scratch.
You know, this is what I say. When everybody wants to be independent, I learned something very new this summer, man, that was powerful to me, man. Okay, this woman said that the Sioux Nation was one of the poorest tribes in this country in the 80s.
Wow.
And in the 90s, they all joined together in some group funding and started locking down the hotel business out west. And now they're the biggest owners of the hotel industry in the West, right?
Right. They got an empire.
And just for being a Sioux, for having a Sioux blood or being part of the Sioux Nation, you get every month you get a $20,000 stipend. Even the babies, just for being Sioux.
Right.
You see, this is because they pooled their efforts and their money and they undiversify, ex-diversify, or de-diversify their interests and their goals and locked on to one thing. And they locked down something that was easy for them because every one of them little hotels you go to on the highway is a part of their little chicken circuit, okay?
Right, right.
Now, we can do the same thing.
Easily.
No, easily, that's a goddamn lie. Easily, you can see it. Easily, your heart can attest to the idea. Niggas don't love themselves enough, man.
But some of us have to love ourselves.
Man, listen, that's what it's got to be. It's only going to be a small pocket.
It is going to be a small
pocket of initiators. And after these initiators demonstrate, then everybody going to want to get on the bandwagon.
Look.
That's called Carl.
Once again, today I went to another trade show. Right? I walked away with 4 bags filled up with brochures, right? Catalogs. You know, I'm not going to trade shows for flyers anymore. I'm getting catalogs and brochures, and I'm sitting down with companies that have the hardware, the software, and the know-how to take anything that we doing and make it what it's supposed to be. It's like the solutions are here, so
I've been working on a couple blueprints too.
Right. I'm like, yo, nah. I could say honestly, it ain't gonna take a lot of us, but if there's a few of us that are ready to make some things happen, we need to sit down and have this conversation and start making it happen because yeah, I'm ready. Like I got the contacts, I got the connections. I need the people with the 800 credit, and you know, I need the people that's serious about, because I sit back and I'm hearing about what DJ Envy and them was doing and the kind of numbers that the people were coming to them with.
Man,
and I'm like,
Akon did, man.
Yeah, that too, right? And I'm like,
they craft like a motherfucker.
I'm like, they got $900,000 to spend over there. but nobody never spent $900 ever in their life on this platform, not in one sitting, like not towards nothing that we building out. So it's like there's so much
Crowdfunded,
options
man.
to make
Crowdfunding.
things happen, but people don't see the picture until it's too late. They don't see the big picture. They don't see what's in front of them. They don't realize what's happening until it's too late. But that's never gonna stop the access.
That's a whole nother discussion right there, dude.
Yeah, it is.
Listen, we are in the age of Aquarius right now. We just entered the Libra Dwada Okay.
Yeah.
The next Dwada is Virgo.
The next who?
The next month of this great age.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
The next section of this great age. The next 180-year phase. But we just entered this 180-year phase of the Aquarian age.
Yes.
In 1993.
Yes.
So we got 180 years after that. Okay. And so we got to 2173 before the age of Virgo. That's our grandbabies, our great grandkids.
Right. So we can start planning for right now.
Well, if you don't, I'm getting ready to show you what's happening with this timeline right here. Right here. Okay. Understand. Now watch the timeline unfold. Okay. The age of Aquarius started in 1453.
Okay.
I have all the math to prove that, but that's not the point here.
Okay.
That was in terms of the age, the 2,160-year age represents a year, then 1 month of that is 180 years. So the first month of the Aquarian age, the first 180-year dwad of the Aquarian age was Capricorn.
Okay.
Capricorn is the sign of falling. In classical astrology, it rules Africans and dark-skinned people, brunette-skinned people, and all that other shit, man. Any color, any dark race people. Okay. And it rules landlords and feudalism.
Okay.
What the fuck was the prominent form of government between 1453 and 1633? And that whole 180-year phase, it was feudalism and corporations.
Kingdoms, right.
Yeah, feudalism, empires,
right?
Empires,
turning into nation states.
Yeah, but they were turning into nation states, right?
Yeah.
But feudalism took everywhere in Japan, China, Africa, Europe, the Middle East. It was all lords and barons and landlords, and the kings had all of these nobles under them that actually ran it. Okay, so that's the Capricorn Dwada Shaman.
Right.
180 years. At 1633, we entered the Sagittarius month of the Aquarian age. And this is when the invader, the European, goes all over the world, opens up all the trade routes all over the world with or without everybody's consent.
Right.
Okay. Sagittarius is travel all over the world. It is a diversity of mankind and all that. That wasn't truly revealed to man until the fucking 1800s, from the 1600s to 1813. Okay. By 1813, they had the railroad running. They were working on flying machines and steam engines and all that shit. Okay.
Right.
It's definitely awesome.
Which is the Sagittarius. The Sagittarius Dwada Shama ran from 1633. We're still in the Aquarius age. Don't lose sight of that. We're still in the Aquarius, but we're sectioning off the nature of the sections of the ages, okay? Into 180-year sections here. All right? Walk with me and don't fucking lose your place. It's easy to do that. All right. So Sagittarius was the diversity of mankind. You do what I'm saying? The slave trade, they were selling white people, black people, and mixing and all that. The Latinos in South America was a mix of the Catholics and the motherfucking conquistadors and the Africans that they brought there, along with the Aboriginal people that was already there. So they diversified the mankind like even more extremely, right? In the Sagittarius Dwada Shama. They also they conquered transportation. Right now, we got cars and airplanes. Now, 1813 to 1993 is the Scorpio Dwada Shama of the Aquarian age.
Right.
Okay. Scorpio is death, kill, murder, atomic weaponry. Okay. It is the genocides that took place all over the fucking world never took place in such a close pocket like that. The massive genocide you did, the nuclear weapon, plutonium, all that shit, weapons of mass destruction, AIDS, and the DNA, all of that shit is Pluto Scorpio.
Right.
Now that closes at 1993. 1993, we enter the Libra Dwadashama. Libra represents government. Y'all understand that, right?
Right.
Okay, so now when we conquer a nation, we no longer appoint a figurehead and let them run their own government. Now they got to have a democracy now when we conquer them.
Mm-hmm.
So the next Dwadashama is Virgo, the place of health, separation, and work.
Mm.
So they get everybody to take this fucking vax. Part A of the element, this is my conspiracy theory, okay? Part B has yet to be administered to the people.
Fact.
When Part B is administered through the air or through the food, right? Or through the boosters, right? Then when everybody gets sick, they can legally round up all these unemployed motherfuckers that are going to be when that AI kills 60% of the workforce. Virgo. What are they going to do with niggas? You saw Ready Player One, they're going to put you in little sequestered little ghettos and camps. FEMA camps. Work camps. You can volunteer. We're going to send you there. Like Job Corps. How else are they going to deal with 60% of the workforce being shoved out into the street?
Right. With nothing to do.
Yeah, they got plenty to do. Children to feed, mouth to feed, their own mouth to feed, their own ass to wash, their own recreation to engage in, all of which cost dollars.
Right.
So you did, yeah. So the crime rate is going to go sky high. This is my prediction. 2167. 2173, pardon.
21.
By then, it's going to be normal to, we got people that were raised and lived in the camps.
Right.
For the people that lived in the cities or lived on the outskirts and never engaged in that aspect of it. You see what I'm saying? Because what the fuck are they going to do with all these homeless, man? And they can't lock everybody up.
Right.
They can't lock everybody up. But they can if everybody's sick. If there's a quarantine. Oh, quarantine. All you sick people, we're going to put you in camps for your health, Virgo. We're going to class you and separate you, Virgo. You see what I'm saying? People don't even see how that shit works. So this is as it goes on. So if we don't claim some ownership of the land and create our own little private communities where we can allodialize and then be not a part of that sweep, our grandkids are going to get caught up in it. And if you don't give a fuck, then, I understand. But motherfuckers ain't looking at that situation because they're only dealing with what I can eat right now. I'm eating right now.
Right.
I'm living good right now. My kids is chubby, motherfucker.
Right. I'm up.
They ain't missing a meal over here. You think they ain't missing a meal. So as long as my kids is getting chubby, like everything is smooth selling.
Right.
You see, and this is the issue. But it's not going to be so sweet in a minute. Because in a minute, it's going to be like, you don't have the money to make. You don't have the clientele. Because, so what? You got a skill. So you ain't got the clientele.
Right.
Because that 60% of your clientele is jobless. Can't pay you.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfuckers better get with the program. You better be able to work on that monster.
That's right.
Neo compromised with the machine. He ain't beat that motherfucker.
That's right. That's why I told y'all learn this AI shit early.
You ain't gonna stop the age of Aquarius from blowing through. Hello, young lady. Patience. Right. How you doing, Patience?
Greetings, peace. How rude of us. We don't mean to be running our mouths without greeting you. Peace and love.
Oh man, I'm taking it all in.
Well, I was the first one to say hi, so
Peace, Ra.
So what you want to add, love?
You first and foremost, I appreciate this whole platform. It's very informative. You were talking about, I believe it was Pisces and Saturn, and for lack of better words, or redefining the self-image or kind of stepping into that.
Ideals.
What was
Your
that?
It's okay. Let me break it down to you. Yeah, good for you. Brought it back up because I digressed like a motherfucker. Never came back to that tombstone. It was already dead. It was, I stopped talking about it. So you resurrected it, all set. All right. So let's go. All right. Hear you. Okay. That Saturn represents crystallization and practicality and difficulty and loss and maturity. And the difficulty and loss comes from a failure to mature, a failure to adapt, a failure to let old worn out ways go, and to keep the bare essentials of what it is and to let the unnecessary go. This is maturation. Okay, let me show you how Saturn operated in your life through the course of your life up to this very day. Every 7 years, Saturn moves approximately 90 degrees. It's really 7 years and a few months. And depending on the Earth and its triangulation will determine what that few months is, okay? But it's in the 7th year of life. And every 7th year, you go through this maturation process. And it is so natural and so part of your being and intrinsic to the nature of a human being that people don't see it until it's pointed out. Well, here it goes. At the age of 7, ain't nobody wiping your motherfucking ass no more. Ain't nobody dressing you, tying your motherfucking shoelaces. Ain't nobody picking up after you. You should know how to pick up after you. You can give yourself a fucking bath. You dig what I'm saying? You 7 fucking years old. Okay, the little Tonka toys, the little Weebles and shit you was playing with from the age all the way up to 5 and 6. But you leave that shit alone at the age of 7. I bet you're gonna leave that shit alone. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard too. It's gonna be hard too because you like them toys. You like these little childish things. You've gotten very accustomed to them over the last 7 years. Okay, but anyway, you break out of it. Okay, the next 7-year jump. Okay, skip through all that because it's really a process. 7-year process. That's how gradual it is. Okay. So at the age of 14, ain't no running around now with the boys climbing trees, girl. You got ass and titties now. So all that running around with your brothers and all that, we ain't doing that now. Okay. Yeah, and you should be worried about your menstrual cycle and your fucking wardrobe. What you talking about, Barbie dolls? Huh? You 14 fucking years old. You in junior high school. Okay. Talking about some goddamn Barbie. I'm throwing that shit in the trash. Okay, some fucking stuffed animals. You 14 years old now. You bleeding by now. You spreading by now. You a dude. You 14 years old, man. You still playing with G.I. Joes? Really, motherfucker? Huh? You should be worried about your fucking wardrobe. You dig? So then 21 comes. 21 comes. You grown now. We don't do house parties no more, nigga. We go to the club. What the fuck is you talking about? You still wearing sneakers and sweatpants? We got suits now, nigga. We professionals now. Okay? 28, the next 7-year term. Okay? You ain't thinking about buying a house? You still club hopping, motherfucker? You still partying? You ain't thinking about buying a house? You ain't thinking about your fucking career? You ain't thinking about your 30s? 35, you look around, damn. Wow, this motherfucker's useless. Been my friend all my life and he's useless as fuck, man. We never get shit accomplished together and we can't because he just refuses to adapt to the time. So whenever I'm doing something advantageous to my advancement, he's never a part of it. Yeah, I love you, dude, but I ain't got time to deal with your shit right now. I'm on the money grind right now. I'm growing up now. Okay, that's 35. By the age of 42, ain't nobody around me that I don't fuck with, that don't think like me, that don't understand how I think, that don't fucking understand me. And ain't no new friends either, unless it's advantageous to my platform. That's 42 for your ass. Okay? Natural course of human evolution, whether you're retarded or intelligent. Niggas still start learning how to walk in the first year. Whether he's retarded or fucking genius. Okay? They all start walking around the same time. You know, they all start developing an appetite for shit at the same age. So fuck out of here. All right, what else? What else we got going on here? There's no elaboration.
You talking about maturation, but
Yeah, okay, that's Saturn, the Saturn part. Wow. The Pisces part is delusional. Impracticalities, it's dreams and visions. You dig? And Saturn and Pisces is like, you can chase your dreams. Sure. Go ahead. But you need to do it in a more practical manner. Otherwise, you're gonna fail. It's like the nigga who can out-rap Rakim right now. He's the modern day nigga. And he wants to sell his CDs out of fucking Trump. I don't care how good you are a rapper. You ain't gonna make it like that because we work online now. We sell to a global audience now. And nobody's selling out their fucking trunk trying to get popular. Now we got social media for that. You're gonna lose that battle selling out the trunk, man. Standing on the corner like a fucking vendor selling your goddamn demo. You see? You have to. So this is Saturn. And Pisces is, I want to pursue this dream. Pisces is also ideals. It's how you think things are supposed to be. It's not how they are, but it is how you think they're supposed to be. And Virgos idealize their partnerships. You know, I'm supposed to be able to trust my partner, right? So I do. And then they're not trustworthy. Well, see, that's not how that works. You see, because you're idealizing. You dig? You think that, oh, this is my man and he asked me to marry me, so I believe everything he says now. You idealize it. That ain't practical. So Saturn is there to show you that you're too old for them ideals, for your ideals. And the way you're going about pursuing certain dreams, the reason why you're not successful at it yet is because, not because you ain't supposed to have it, it's because you ain't supposed to get it like that. You know? You ain't supposed to get it like that. Nowadays, you got to get it over the internet. How you going to get popular? The internet outdoes TV. Everybody has it at their fingertips, even if it's a rental phone, even if it's a slouch-ass burner phone, they got the internet access.
Right. It's in their hands now.
Yeah. So you know, it's and this is the age of Aquarius, man. It started in 1453, man.
Right.
See, if you use that beginning, you can even go backwards to the age of Pisces. You know, all 12 of the Crusades fit perfectly between 1093 and 1273 AD. And that is the Aries Dwa, which is the sign of war. In the Pisces age, which is the age of religious war. And when you go back to the Aries Dwa of the Aries age, that's the head twice. They're sprinkling Olmec heads all over North America and Mexico during that time. You dig what I'm saying? The fuck out of here. You dig what I'm telling me? During the age of Taurus, they were worshiping the bull. Stop fucking around. In the age of Gemini, it was the twins and it was the duality of gods. Okay, all the gods in pairs, man. You dig what I'm saying? So you want to run this shit in the age of Cancer? We was building homes. We was coming out of the trees and out of the caves and out of the jungle and building establishments and starting villages like that, man. Right. Domesticate animals. Stop fucking around, man. This is 9,000 to 11,000 BC. It was in the age of Leo that we learned how to deal with lions out there in the wild and deal with the most ferocious animals. Okay? Shit goes, the cycle just keeps going on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And we know it's the age of Aquarius because that's Aquarius rising and Leo setting, and they're destroying all of the sun temples all over the planet. Unless they are major tourist attractions. You dig? They're destroying all the sun temples. Okay. So, you know, I ain't fucking around. You dig? The North Americans are the oldest serpent and tree worshippers on the planet. The South Americans are the oldest brother worshippers. That's Cain and Abel and Adam and Eve right there for your fucking ass. Okay? That's all pre-goddamn European or anything else. And you dig? No bullshit. So you memorize, you get to know this shit here is as old as mankind. Right. Especially if we were more cognizant when we first got here. See, I refuse to believe that man gets smarter. He gets smarter about certain shit.
Right.
So in the age of Taurus, which is the earth sign, we were smarter about how to move gigantic chunks of earth.
Mm.
In the age of Gemini, we were smarter with how to communicate, how to use the mind. This is where the science of yoga comes out of.
Right.
Mental development and breathing. It's all Mercury shit. It's all Gemini shit. You dig what I'm saying? You know, we probably knew more about how to build on water in the age of Cancer. Like when Pizarro and them motherfuckers came in South America and saw that the cities were built
Armadas, right. Built on water. Empires.
They were probably imitating more advanced societies that existed 10 and 15,000 years before them with that shit.
Of course. Of course.
So, you know, this shit goes way
Atlanteans.
the fuck back. The earth is tilting. The earth is moving. 1 degree every 7,200 years. The North Pole is inclining. So in about 147,000 years, it's going to be spring all over the whole planet.
Facts.
And after that, it's going to be forever getting warmer.
You could already feel the tilt.
And forever getting warmer.
Right.
Every 7,200 years, that's 1 degree. That's 70 miles, man. Okay. 70 miles and 7,200 years, the poles tilt and move. And this ain't no theory shit. They want to call it theory, but they can't explain the ancient equator.
Right.
Monuments on the old equator, y'all. Okay? They all got the same exact Masonic signature too. And they all got the same archaeoastronomical motherfucking placement. They are all dedicated to the sun and the moon. Every last motherfucking one of them. And the ancient equator runs from the Osirian to the Great Pyramid, over Dogon Land, over the Nazca lines, over Easter Island, over Angkor Wat, over Baalbek, over motherfucking back to the goddamn Osirian. That's the ancient equator. The ancient North Pole is North Pole, Alaska. It's like they don't already know this shit. That was the North Pole then. And they got other proof of this. Magnetic strata in Australia that's 51 degrees off due north, pointing to when the pole was in the Hudson Bay.
You said magnetic strata?
Magnetic strata that is 51 degrees off of due north. Now, you know magnetic's supposed to run perfectly.
Right.
So, and they're not only that, they got ancient cities that they've unearthed on different continents that all have roads that are 51 degrees off. Because at the time they were built, that was due north.
Right. I need
so
that
51 times 7,200.
Right.
Is 35,000 plus years, man. Okay. And therefore, they don't want people knowing that man was here, civilized that long ago, man. They don't want to tell you that the mountain range, that the Rocky Mountains that stretch all the way down into Mexico, that go down into Brazil, that mountain range is older than any African mountain range.
Right. They don't want to let it be known, but it's going to be known.
Yeah, they take great offense. They take great offense to us historyless motherfuckers talking that shit too.
Right.
What people don't know, they done took pictures, man. LiDAR pictures of the South American jungle, man.
Yep.
There were more than 200 million people living here.
Right.
200 million. That's close to what America had in the goddamn at the turn of the century, man.
Right.
Proof that they had townships like that. How did they kill all them people? It's called smallpox. It's called 99% of the population.
Yeah. And it's called killing off them buffaloes too.
Yeah, man. Goddamn Skippy, what happened to all of that? See, because that was the way you take away the food, you kill the god.
Not just the food, it was their spiritual connection through the buffalo. That was their spirit totem. You know what I mean? So they took the connection away. You know?
Yeah. That's like taking capitalism away from America.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But god damn it, you was cooking tonight, Ra. It was in your bag, bro. You know what I'm talking about? It was
I
in your
appreciate
bag.
that y'all feel that way, and I take all of the flowers, the wreaths, the flowers y'all throw, the garlands and shit, right? But I'm gonna tell you straight up, man. This shit is learnable, man. It's not even as complex as music, and I'm learning how to play music now. I've been writing music for the last 3 years.
That's
Okay,
right. That's right.
it's easier to learn than music.
Is it?
Well, as a true master, I know that you're gonna infuse the music with this divine science, something that only you can do.
But
So
every hit got an astrological title, every last one.
I know it do. So as the family who's watching this can see, the best thing that you can do is invest in both this brother and this platform's creative endeavors. Okay, what we're doing in the midst of this information war, what we're doing in the midst of this spiritual war, what we're doing in the midst of this cultural war. I don't get paid by YouTube. We don't, nobody is gonna cut off our electricity. Nobody is in charge of our lights. Nobody has control of us. We're not contracted to nobody. We're not owned by nobody. Nobody could tell us when to go live and all of that. It's all us. So the only people that take care of us is the people, right? So y'all could decide if this media outlet is gonna grow or if it's just gonna remain where it's at. Y'all could decide if the brother such as Ra Aku is going to, take his gift and his talent into a higher plane by just like he said, just come and get your reading. You know what I mean? Come and get your reading. Come and support that. Fair exchange, no robbery. You get to hear some shit about yourself that you probably don't even know. Man, know thyself. Woman, know thyself. There, you can't put a price on that. You can't put a price on that. So I'm not gonna get on no soapbox. All I'm saying is this right here, this information is priceless, and sometimes we take all of these gifts that we have for advantage because this is the internet. But I promise you, this shit right here is you can't find nothing like this. You can't clone Ra'aku. He's one of a kind. You know what I mean? This is a legend. This is a living legend. And I just want to say, appreciate you. Thank you for your continuing of crystallizing time or capturing lightning in a bottle and whatnot. Because we've been charting the stars through this whole calendar year. And this is just one of the many times that we charting it. But this is a very important time. And you're just allowing people not only to see what just happened, but what's about to happen. So remember, y'all, when y'all listening to the show, rewind it and remember that Ra Aku is predicting what is about to happen in the next few days based off of what has already happened that was already predicted.
Live and direct right here on KTL Know the Lead TV.
You dig?
On Thursday.
You dig? All right.
Third Eye Thursday.
Third Eye Thursday, baby. We will see y'all again. All right. We'll be popping up throughout the strong end. And you'll see me definitely on Melanin Mondays.
Peace.
All right. Peace. down into the real world from the clouds. I exist in the clouds.
Yeah.
Now they see me out the country. It's Red Bill. He's real. He came down from the clouds.
Down from the clouds.
Right.
Up in the Dumbo, smoking the gumbo. Few blocks before green, yeah, up in the jungle, coking the bundles. It's history in the making. I'm popping like fish to the grease and the bacon. My bitch is Jamaican. United we stand, dividing these bands. They hide in their hands. I'm riding in vans, slide through your land. Hopping the sprinters, tour of the underworld, popping the mentor. Land of the turtles, I'm popping that splinter. Watching the snowfall, dropping the winter. Dodging the pitfalls, watching this bitch fall. And I still managed like Rich Paul. The paper was calling, I had to go switch calls. I spoke to my twin, I told my young boys I'd never be broken again. Invoking the gins, spitting the spirits, I'm soaking the gin. Your man's in the woods, we smoking on him.
Now I come down into the real world from the clouds. I exist in the clouds.
Yeah.
Now they see me out the country. It's Red Bill. He's real. He came down from the clouds.
Down from the clouds.
Right.
Up in the Dumbo, smoking the gumbo. Few blocks before green, yeah, up in the jungle, coking the bundles. It's history in the making. I'm popping like fish to the grease and the bacon. My bitch is Jamaican. United we stand, dividing these bands. They hide in their hands. I'm riding in vans, slide through your land. Hopping the sprinters, tour of the underworld, popping the mentor. Land of the turtles, I'm popping that splinter. Watching the snowfall, dropping the winter. Dodging the pitfalls, watching this bitch fall. And I still managed like Rich Paul. The paper was calling, I had to go switch calls. I spoke to my twin, I told my young boys I'd never be broken again. Invoking the gins, spitting the spirits, I'm soaking the gin. Your man's in the woods, we smoking on him. What do you mean? We up and squeeze, tuck it and leave, we leaving a stain. Fuck up for breeze, running the banks, causing a crashing. Fed to the feds, Moorish the fashion. Horse was smashing, kicking the door. Waving for force, it was blasting. Mother the gassing, loving the passion. Eat on your food, the brother was fasting. The weapon that formed against me was me. Perfected the storm as Bentley receipts. Washing the benches, we rinse and repeat. Century of self, I'm centered on me. Red is the pillar, I'm pushing the piece. Higher the level, I'm pushing the keys. They going for 19. The summer is mine, I'm going for 19. Thunder and lightning, flooded a brightling. The hunger was biting, biting.
Do not allow anything to take you off of your square. It's the same thing like what we see right here. Yeah, it's cloudy, yeah, it's misty, but it ain't gonna stay like